just doesn't
We're
have
still missing a
his
Sudz.
actual thing in here.
Is Sudz coming today?
He said earlier that he would be joining, but he also said that he was relatively tired because he
Fair
asked me
enough.
earlier if there was anything I was going to if I was going to play with him just so that he wouldn't fall asleep. But I said that I already had a day booked with Infernal, the new league on Path of Exile.
Ooh, la-di-da.
Yeah, I told him he was welcome to join the chat and talk, or say he wanted to play some Pixelmon, and we'd do that, but he didn't. So he just said,
Are we good to
said never mind.
go on that, or?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
up to
been
date.
all sorted. Did I not post earlier that it was sorted? Oh no,
It's
I didn't.
fine.
Oops, my bad.
Okay.
Chris! God!
Wait. It doesn't say that the Marrot's immune to time.
I know
bullshit.
it's not. I thought it was, but the inevitables are individuals that can do quite a lot during with various magics. I can't remember what the other inevitables are. I looked them up at one point with Infernal because he wanted to know what they are, and one of them
Are
was
they all-
CR5.
Are they all in Mordekainen's?
I don't know. Hold on, it's something we looked up a long time ago. Oh, by the way, hi stream.
Oh, the stream's there.
Stream.
We're looking up terrifying monsters.
So the inevitables.
We're looking
are...
up things we're gonna make Sudz fight solo.
No, we're not,
So-
Harlan. Don't be mean.
Don't worry, I'd only put him up against like a nightmare at most.
Oh yeah, we're doing the
Arena.
tournament today, aren't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
you might want to read up on
great.
these. Kolyrat. Kolyart. Kolyarut. They are designed to uphold oaths before both spoken and written. They appear like humanoid constructs made of black metal. They often have a half-finished look, like many exposed parts jutting out here and there. Their heads often have their back exposed, and two glowing red eyes looking forward from the skull, unless they were to consult the picture provided.
Holy shit. To be quite fair, most of these guys just look like they're Warforged, but on steroids.
Yeah, it might be worth, if you wanted to, for the whole like stretching the oath thing that you mentioned last week, it might be worth using one of these as a little bit of a guidance pusher.
Maybe.
And if they
That's
try and
bad.
attack it just out of habit, it does something about breaking their oath. Just for a short period of time,
Yeah.
they tried to kill a messenger. Emphasis on try. Yeah, there are a bunch of ones in here. It doesn't say the CR of any of them, but it does say that the Murat is the most notable one.
Right. I will be back shortly, but I'm still listening in. I just need to do some
Oh,
stuff in
God.
my room.
That's fine. Let me just do a quick announcement for everybody. I'm here with my players, Harlan.
He's gone.
Wanted to just before he left. Sam.
Hello.
Bananas!
Simon.
Hello.
Jamie.
Pineapple!
Hi.
And Infernal.
Hello.
Sausages!
You don't have pineapple cake sausages. Those
I
one.
have cake and I have pineapple.
You can have pineapple cake. Pineapple cake's nice. I like pineapple cake.
It is. Also,
Alright.
banana.
Sod off!
Yeah, it might be worth looking up these, Sam, because
Yeah,
they
I'll
could
look them
potentially
up.
be very useful for you. Oh. Ah. It references Doctor Who in this article. Alright. The inevitable is in Doctor Who. Interesting. Alright, so. Let's see. What do I need to do? Yes, usual announcements. There we go. That's what I need to do. So. Yes. Thanks to Snosa for all the artwork that will be used in today's session. Any combat maps were made on Dungeon Space Studio. Non-combat maps, more detailed ones like this, were on Incarnate.com. We play this on Tabletop Simulator, and all of the audio comes from Tabletop Audio. Please go and check each of those things out respectively. And we are playing Dungeons and Dragons with me, the
5th edition.
DM Chris. 5th edition, indeed. Until they release a 6th edition, which we will review and promptly decide not to upgrade to, potentially. We will see.
Because they'll do weird stuff with the races. Anyway, let's not enough
Yeah.
about that.
They remove everything's dark vision except for
Human. No.
Except-
They remove everything's dark vision and just give it to humans.
canonical lore. What happened? They remove the eyes of every race and put them in every human.
So Dragonborn still get fucked.
Yeah.
More now.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. Dragonborn, they just lose their eyes. Because, of course, a lot of people mistake Dragonborn for being able to have dark vision. They don't. They still lose their eyes like everyone else.
I'm so sorry, my poor dragon children. They did you dirty in this edition.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. You can breathe fire and not have tails.
Yeah. Well, you can have tails if you want, but that's a personal choice. Vanity
I
or
mean,
anything else.
I mean, they don't have tails like tieflings aren't blue. Quite frankly,
is
if
the server
you...
up, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I
Which
guess
means
I forgot
the
the
reason why
server
isn't is that
restarted.
enough on Steam?
Yeah, there's a
Fix
server
me.
up, and hold on,
There's a
But-
server
the only
up
one-
and everything.
yeah, I'll invite you to lobby just in case,
No,
and
it's fine. I've got it now.
don't forget to get your character sheets up.
No,
You-
I refuse to get my character sheet up. I've got +5s and everything.
Tabletop.
Yeah,
where
you have a
hell-
you have a +5 to hit. Okay, that sounds good.
With Elsyan, it doesn't matter, Chris.
You have a +5 to your CC starting from 8, so you have a 13 in your intelligence save DC.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. All right. So I guess we shall begin. Last session, our party of adventurers, Elsyan, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, and Rook, had all made their way to Golodon to partake in a festival after their little encounter with the Prince of Blood. With the party undertaking various things, exploring around town, including the Promethean Flame, led as part of his completion to remove the curse from his axe. Rook went up to it and placed Astral Edge inside, seeing various visions and taking the axe out. He saw the next steps in his journey, but didn't quite understand them. Sasha, who partook in exploring town, found various things, as did the rest of the party, with the most interesting encounter along the way potentially being between Elsyan and Queglod, as they found the fabled soothsayer. She was in town for such a time. With the party exploring round and doing various things, they brought themselves to their second day. With the sausage-eating competition ending after the arena, the party proceeded to head to the arena for their bout with the various creatures. And as they entered the arena, they were announced and allowed into the various waiting areas where they can prepare spells, otherwise prepare buffs or debuffs, and prepare themselves for the fight ahead. With the announcement of 3 individuals, you each prepare yourselves for the combat ahead in your groups. Your groups in particular being, I believe it was Sasha. Oh, they've added something to tabletop. Oh no, I don't know what I feel about this.
Sasha, Elsyan.
Oh, if you pick up a tile and you move it around, it has a slightly highlighted, like a thing below it, showing you where they'll go. Interesting.
That's incredibly useful, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
Brain has not gotten used to it.
What was it? It was Sudz was on your team as well.
Us,
Because...
Malcom, Elsyan, and Sasha
Rook
making
is
up a magnificent threesome.
And then
Queglod,
Bern, and
Rook,
Okay.
Short, dead,
short,
and
dead, and horny.
Yeah.
Short, dead, and horny. That was it.
Right. Okay. Well, I have your 2 teams, and I will sort that out in just a moment.
No one can ever say that my names aren't descriptive.
Yeah, but...
I mean, we are a magnificent threesome.
Mm-hmm. There are 3 of us, and we are magnificent. So any other possible interpretations are purely coincidental.
Yeah.
And if you do think of them that way, you people are messed up in the head.
So are you.
Exactly. Oh, yeah,
Fight
I'm
me.
in that.
I don't know whilst I said that to anyone.
We will,
Lockdown, man.
we will, Sam. They'll beat you at Warhammer.
Okay, Chris. I will.
We don't discuss
But-
the win-to-loss ratio on stream, alright? Agreed?
Okay, I've lost a lot. I'm willing to admit that. But Chris, what they're doing to Overwatch means that my berserkers will win.
Shh. I know.
Although I'm terrified as a Tau player, just saying.
Goodness. Yeah. I'm thinking that you'll still be good as Tau because you'll get greater good. But I think
We'll get greater good. That will allow us to just
and
do Overwatch.
it'll probably just be free, yeah, because they'll just get the free Overwatch from one unit to another, which is good. Which encourages deathballing, which isn't already a thing. All right, anyway, back to D&D. That was a very short detour.
How playing Overwatch?
Shh. All right.
Fucking toxic
As
bastard.
So, as the party arrives at the arena, there are shouts from the crowd as the announcements are made, as an individual otherwise calls out various things, and you hear the different teams otherwise entering in. You see, sat in the arena, you see the Mountain Crushers, but not all of them. You see them sat in the same area as you. You see a specific set of otherwise sat there and watching at this current time. As you sit around and you arrive into the smooth cut stone box room with what looks to be a gate on the opposite end, various wooden seats on either side, with a central kind of booth in the middle, where an individual is otherwise selling health potions. You can see around there are various things hanging around. You can see armor racks and weapon racks for people who wish to use armor that they haven't otherwise got. And you can see that there are what seem to be two other teams of individuals, kind of ragtag adventurers, but not ones who are very well esteemed. Ones who may know what they're doing, but not very well. Okay. So, your two groups enter in, you take your seats. From the Mountain Crushers, you see the following three in there. You see the old dwarf, Leben, as he sat there with his dragon axe. You see the female white dragon knight, Trends, and you see amongst them, you see the young human, Jesse. As they're sat there. Mungus and Merrin are otherwise elsewhere, it seems. You sit around, you discuss battle plans with each other. Is there anything you would like to do before this battle begins?
Sasha, don't get me killed, and I won't get you killed.
Sounds fair enough. I'll do my best to keep you alive.
I will do my best not to accidentally blast you with psychic power.
Has that ever actually happened? I'll be
No,
honest,
I've been
did
very
so many
careful,
times.
I'll be honest. You're far too useful to me alive.
Oh my god, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
You are a perfect meat shield.
Ah, that's the second nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Oh dear.
Okay. So out of your two groups, Short, Dead and Horny, you won the coin toss. So would you like column A of monsters or column B of monsters?
Oh, I don't know. I like B. It's a bug. But what's everyone else think?
B for balls. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go B.
On B.
All right. So you'll get column B. All right. Coin toss for who goes
I already
first.
regret this decision.
Okay.
I know, right?
Okay, so as you're all sat around, otherwise talking with one another, preparing for the battle ahead, you hear the announcement given as the first team up, as you hear him say, "And we're here at the arena. We've had our first few warm-up matches, and now we're getting to the main event, the main tournament match between various teams fighting various creatures. They have each come up with their own names. Some are interesting, others are well known in these parts. I would like to welcome our first team, the Magnificent Threesome, consisting of individuals known as Sasha, Elsyan, and Malcom." At which point the gate opens and a warden otherwise standing next to the gate kind of nods and gestures for your lot to go in.
Okay.
I stand by my naming.
I have the wrong arena. Hold
Oh no, that was a simple
This
arena.
looks like
That
a
was a
very
basic.
small arena.
on. There we go.
There. Oh no.
Or was it this one? Let's go with
No,
that
not
one.
that one. I remember that one.
Let's go with that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's just that last one, Chris, I saw. That was the one with the pillar in the middle that I tried to climb.
Yes, you did. All right. As you As you enter in, you enter through this gate here. I would like you to position yourselves anywhere behind these barricades, but no further than the barricades themselves.
How tall are these barricades?
The barricades are chest height for a medium creature, or head height for a small creature.
Just saying, it's weird that they put torches on these then.
Why?
You don't want torches at, like, shin height.
Why not?
Or chest height, because people bump into them and burn themselves.
It's true.
because it's better than having them at head height, where you can headbutt one and catch your head on fire.
Well, you're more noticeable, or they're more
No,
noticeable.
no,
at
because
head height.
that ends your
Anyway.
eye line.
Sasha, where would you like to be in this arena? Would you like to be next to Elsyan, or would you like to be out in the open?
Come join me, Sasha.
I'll go join Elsyan.
Okay, you'll go join Elsyan, in which case I'll move Malcom here.
Join me in the cover, Sasha.
Okay. As the first round begins, you hear the sound. You hear the announcer say, "This one we found in the sewers below. Let's see if their noses can match up to the smell." At which point you hear from behind the other gate as it is opened, and you watch as a rather strange creature, 3 kind of barbed tentacles and a main body to it as an Aleuir.
Oh my god, Elsyan, it's your mother!
Runs out with teeth bared.
Good joke, but my mother isn't that pretty.
Alright.
Alright.
Time to check out my 7th level spells, cause fuck you. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
that's nice to use against a CR3 Aleuir.
Guys. Oh, I say guys. Oh, because Sud's not here. Harlan. We should just wipe this thing out easy, right? Having said that, we're going to...
I'm
We're
not going
going
to
to-
have to use my high level. This will be... I'm fairly
You want to
certain
delete this
that
thing. You want to delete this thing, don't you? You just look at it, just go, and it's dead.
that would be
That's
the
what I
hope.
want to do.
I will say we might not be, but I think I think we'll start off slow and build up as we go along. How's that sound?
Harlan, you know me. Elsyan don't do slow. Elsyan does 7 side point max limit, and only 7 side points.
Elsyan
His
don't do
side point-
slow. He goes brrr and shoots 7 side points.
Elsyan, you know Elsyan. He doesn't. He either uses no side points or as many as possible.
Hmm.
But Sam, there are numbers between 0 and 7.
Shut up, Chris. I'm sorry. I shouldn't tell you to shut up, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Shut up.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm busy trying to find this thing's stats. Right. Oh, it's CR5. Even better. And it's got
Oh,
a
no,
plus
guys,
0
Harlan,
to
we
its
can't
initiative.
take this. We need to run.
Alright, so, Elsyan, what was your initiative?
Okay, I got to check this. That's 15.
Oh,
That's,
Sasha,
that's
you got
that's an 18.
Sasha, you got a 16.
Woo!
You got a natural 17 on your
highest,
initiative. And
the highest I've
Malcolm
ever
got
rolled.
a 16 as well. Okay, well this thing got a 5. So
Elsyan's first. Is that what I'm getting here?
yeah, you see this thing as it looks around. You see as the main stalk with the eyes behind it kind of go look in your direction. As the thing opens its mouth, it stinks. You can smell it from here. It smells of sewage. It eats sewage.
Wonderful.
It's dripping sewage, and it's going to beeline it towards you. You see it beginning to move towards you.
Well, I'm just gonna, stay where I am. 2, 3. Yes, that should be within 6-foot range, right? Yeah, that is. And I'm just going to, I don't know, Psychic Inquisition. Oh, sorry, Hammer of Inquisition. This thing for 7 side points.
Ooh, wonderful.
Give me a second. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything I can give to make this even more stupid.
Alright, so what? This is making an intelligence saving throw, is it?
Yes, intelligence saving throw, please. I doubt this thing has enough intelligence.
That's a 17!
Still fails.
I mean, they rolled a 19 with a -2, so that's a 17.
Oh, the poor baby. He tried so hard.
It's got telepathy,
Delph.
though. Because they can communicate with rats.
Good for them. Oh, this doesn't look like a good roll. 35. That could have been better.
Alright, here we go. I'm holding my party back with bad rolls. Got it. Alright, so this thing has... Oh, this is going to be fun. Alright, so how much was that again, sorry?
35 damage, and just let me double check. There's the psychic.
It's now knocked prone and restrained, isn't it?
God damn it, it's hidden in here somewhere. Where's it gone, you bastard?
Because it failed its Hammer of Inquisition.
Because it failed against Hammer of Inquisition.
You sure this wasn't supposed to be a 1v1 fight?
I mean, I told you it could have been. I mean, you were advised not to go in because it wouldn't be a challenging fight.
Yeah, the point of this was...
We are here
This
for...
is trying spells and letting off steam.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
You get to crush some
Okay,
low-level
right.
creatures.
It seems like I accidentally typed 2 S's into the box where it's supposed to be. And that was on an older version that I can't bother to search up, so... Bear with me while I get to Custom Mystic. I believe
Okay.
he is at least grappled.
But now we'll say grappled while you look it up, just so I can move to Sasha's turn. Unless prone matters for a ranged attack roll, you should be fine.
I'm sorry, my thing went a little bit funky there. What?
That's fine. And also,
worry,
yes,
Harlan.
you may, Infernal. Keep in mind they don't move with you.
Counts.
No, they don't. So you might as well just wait until the beginning of the fight. Alright, so Sasha, your turn. You're currently next to the barricade. You see the Aleuir. It's spotted Elsyan. It's having a bit of a brain moment. It's shaking its body a bit and it begins to quiver.
Main moment.
Yeah.
How close can I get to it?
5, 10, 15, 25, 30. You can get within 20 feet if you move 30 feet forward.
I only have 25 feet, so I will be 20 feet.
25 feet away.
Although, thinking about it, I could just dash.
You could.
No, I'll get within 25 foot of it. And I'm going to be using.
It's prone, grappled, and restrained.
Oh. So prone means that okay, so that means it automatically fails dexterity saving throws.
No. Restrained means it has disadvantage, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe it ought. Let me double check. I do have a thing for quick searching for rules.
Wait, I might be thinking of stunned. I will double check
You're
that.
thinking of
first.
stunned for auto failing.
I mean, you have
Oh, it has disadvantage. Is what I'm thinking of. I think.
Yeah.
has
so
disadvantage for
grapple
restrained
speed
and
is 0. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated.
all grapple does is remove it to 0.
Well, the other one's
Restrained,
prone and restrained, right?
prone.
Mm.
Yes, it has.
Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. And
So
attack rolls
it's-
it makes
it's-
it with disadvantage.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Anything that's making life difficult for it in the terms of strength saving throws.
Nope.
No, none of them do.
Bugger.
Oh, it can't move.
I know. I had a spell I wanted to use.
I'm sorry. What spell?
Raven's Cull.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, it's one of my rarer ones I haven't really got an opportunity to use. I thought it might be nice to just bring it out.
You've got 2 more fights to go. Fine.
This is true. Yeah, I'm gonna pop a second level spiritual weapon
Okay.
with my good old bonus action.
Okey-dokey.
And I'm using my turn to fucking use Sacred Flame on this bitch.
Okay. Sacred Flame. That's a
That's a
dexterity
dex save.
Disadvantage.
You're not gonna
That's
have
6.
a good time. You're not gonna have a good time.
That's a 6 on that, and the attack roll is with advantage because it is restrained.
So
the spiritual weapon hits. That's an 18 plus whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. So that's altogether 4d8 plus 4.
4d8
Wait,
plus 4.
No, 48 plus 5.
Plus 5. Okay, 29 points of damage overall then. As the spiritual weapon otherwise gleams with the essence of a fiery and otherwise metallic hammer as it swings down and gonks this thing on the head. You watch as its head otherwise lights up with radiant energy and flame as it otherwise shrieks and otherwise begins to spin side to side. What did I say? 29 points of damage?
29.
Wonderful. It's bloodied.
Yeah. Not quite as good as you, Elsyan, but I think that's acceptable for a cantrip.
Okay. As it's held in place, otherwise having a difficult time, Malcom begins his turn, as he is going to proceed to cast Cool Lightning. He's going to just cast it at 3rd level, because if you want to use up spells you might want to use later. So, Cool Lightning on this thing. It's a Dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. That is a 4. It fails. And Cool Lightning does 3d10?
Yes, I believe so.
Just checking the stat for it now. Cool Lightning, Conjuration Magic, 3d10 lightning damage, yeah. Alright. 3d10 lightning damage coming up. That is 16 points of lightning damage, and as the radiance otherwise fades, a strike of lightning hits the surface of it, otherwise ripples across its form, doing a sizable amount of damage to it. It has its turn. It skips its turn as it flails around. Elsyan, with this thing flailing on the ground, the crowd are otherwise watching this massacre.
Quite frankly, Harlan, we're partaking in animal cruelty.
Yep.
What would you like
I
to
don't
do,
feel the
Elsyan?
least bit guilty.
No, me neither. I mean, an Altiog is essentially a literal shit eater.
Yeah.
Like, the
What
way
would you
I
like
see
to do?
it, this is good practice for when we kill the Prince of Blood. Finally.
What, killing shit eaters?
Yes.
So, Elsyan, what would you like to do? Do I roll a intelligence saving throw?
I mean, at this point, you could just use your Mind Blast.
The mind thrust, I could.
And I would probably die.
I couldn't, because I don't have that prepared right now.
Wait, that is... I thought that was like one of your...
The cantrip.
It's not my
Cantrip
cantrip things. But my
Wait,
cantrip.
you
things.
can swap your cantrips, bastard.
I have a maximum of 6, but I get to know before I think. And if I've got this wrong, then so be it. But all I know for now is that I can do Energy Beam.
Harlan, you can also switch your cantrips. Once
what?
per day. You can switch your cantrips once per day. It's
And
part of
thus,
the, it's part of the new
Har-
spell versatility. Don't worry, you've got 2 days left of the festival to swap your cantrips.
Harlan?
I'm
Sweet.
fine.
So what was he
Okay
what were you
then.
doing? Energy beam?
Yes, Energy Beam. He's got to make a Dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, no.
5.
Oh, poor bastard.
Oh, disadvantage.
No,
Just in case we get a 1.
Wait,
He's
no.
restrained.
until
Sure.
the start of my next turn.
Still 5.
Yes.
Because that was his first roll.
Well, he just takes. Okay, what sort of elemental? Oh, I get different damage types other than psionic. Fuck it.
What
Thunder
damage types
damage. I'm picking a damage type. I get to pick. Let me have my moment, Chris.
I mean, you could turn him into a literal flaming shit heap.
I don't want that smell permeating through the room. Thank you very much.
It's open air, you'll be fine.
You know what? Cold. Wow.
Okay, 9 points of damage. This thing's looking rough.
Wow, no, that was painful. That roll.
As
It's
the
like,
energy beam
one,
shoots
no.
out from your hand, you
Ooh,
watch as
God,
this
ow.
trickle of ice energy strikes against the surface of it and begins to freeze what kind of liquidy mass is dribbling down the side of it as it freezes on the side and it begins to shake. It's now free. It's angry and very badly wounded. Sasha.
Very, very badly wounded.
Sasha! Sasha, smash it!
Sasha, smash! No, yeah. I mean, frankly, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going up to it with my smacking stick. And remind me, isn't Ultiog not some sort of aberration or fiend?
It's an aberration.
I can't remember if my thing is. No, my thing's undead and fiend.
You're
not
undead and
aberrations.
fiend.
Oh.
You've moved up to it.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I'm going to. Well,
It's
obviously,
prone.
yeah, I'm smacking the fuck out of it. I think that's pretty well established at this point.
What's your plus? Advantage, that was a 2 and a 3.
My plus is +9.
That misses. As you go to swing at the Ultiog, you watch as the one of its lashes and tentacles otherwise moves in the way, and the smell is horrible as you take a step back, kind of swing, but you miss.
Okay. Luckily, I've still got a bonus action boy up.
Spiritual weapon. Again, advantage. That one definitely hits. Doing a D8 plus 5. 8 damage to it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's otherwise looking very injured. Malcolm's turn. Dexterity saving throw.
Not a happy boy.
That is a failure on its part. That is 3d10 damage. I think this thing's dead. This thing is definitely dead with 26 points of damage. At which point you watch as you lift your mace up to go for the swing and you otherwise miss. You watch as the lightning crackles down, hits your mace, and instinctually you kind of point it at it and channel the lightning beam as it strikes against the surface of this thing. As you watch as its side begins to bubble up and grow as the energy fills the inside of it. Before you watch
I'm backing away.
Before you watch as it splits and collapses into a heap of mush in front of you. Spiritual weapon fades.
Definitely meant to do that.
The Ultiog is defeated. Congratulations.
I'm doing the old shield smash. Boom, boom,
Well, that was something. A bit of a mess caused, but maybe a more tougher challenge in round 2.
frantically changing what they're fighting against to make it decent.
Nope. Alright, off into the next round. You do not have short rests here. You do not have time for them. The rounds are quick and you move between creatures fairly quickly, so there are no time for short rests, only a go. Alright, next round you watch as the Mountain Crushers go up against various creatures, similar in kind of power and strength to your own, but the creatures themselves otherwise are different.
Not made of literal shit.
Not made of yes, they're not shitty. But as that match concludes, they come out otherwise successful and otherwise okay. As we move into the second round with Bern, Rook, and Queglod. And now for the next round, the next team, known as... There's like a pause. Short, dead, and horny.
Oh. Oh,
Right,
God.
well, the next team is ready. At which point your call is made and you're otherwise called into the arena. The individual otherwise beckons you in.
Horny.
You may position yourselves where you see fit. Queglod is currently...
Use what your mama gave you.
Right. Simon is currently not here, as Simon is having dinner with family, so I'll put Simon there for shooty. Bern and Rook.
I am gonna stay here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, average.
Yep. Oh no. I am worried. Alright. As each of you enter the arena, you hear the call from the very own mountains, different from the rest of its kind. Into the arena comes something rather different from the rest. It's hot, it's ready, it's got a hook. As you watch as a familiar hook horror otherwise enters in, as you hear it screech with its beak, moves up, dragging itself with the hooks forward. This one is different to ones you've seen before. You see what looks to be red scarrings and colorations across its back and hide as well as its neck. As you see almost hardened magma shelled around the outside of it. It is a different variety of hook horror to one you've seen before.
Now that's one hot hook horror.
Alright, go ahead and roll me an initiative, please.
For those claws, I'll call him Bone Daddy.
Fuck my life.
Wow.
Okay, I can't think of any more terrible jokes now. So good luck.
Alright.
Nice.
Queglod. 2! Wonderful. What's Queglod's dexterity? +2. That's a 4. Alright.
Do I still have a -3? Can't remember.
Yes, yours is -3. So what's your...
Yes, I still have a -3 to everything.
Yes. So that
so
applies
would
to your
be
initiative as well.
-4. That's
How much?
9.
9. Okay. And Rook?
-2, 3.
3. Everybody in the single digits. Let's go.
No, I got -2 or -3. What's a 1? -5, isn't it?
Oh, -5. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've got a 2, so I've got -3.
Oh, -3. Not mine
Oh.
is 3. That's the same
No.
mistake me and Infernal made earlier.
Yeah. Minus.
Okay, this is interesting. Bern, you go first as you stand there.
I go first on a 9.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
a 6.
Okay.
You see as it enters the arena, it otherwise seems to be blind, but as it kind of looks around, you can hear it making calls, and you watch as its head quickly turns back to you lot.
It's echolocating. Okay.
By the sounds of it, yes.
I mean, you said he's blind and he's making sounds, so I assume that's echolocation. I don't want to kill this thing first turn. I'll summon 2.
Okay. Is that the initial casting of it?
Let me check again. Yeah, when cast or as an action each turn.
Okay, so when cast is your action this turn. You watch as... Does it have any material components to it?
Shard of Primordial or Prismatic Glass.
Okay. You watch as Bern otherwise enters the stage. You watch as he begins to draw new symbols, symbols which none of you have seen before. As you watch as as his hands move, you watch as flowing to him is blue and golden energy, which quickly shifts to a black and red. As he begins to swirl the energy in the air, his hand otherwise pushes upwards with what looks to be glass as it refracts through the glass and up. You watch as these 2 shimmering glass portals appear as they begin to crack, and otherwise emerging from them you see 2 weapons. One a long black spear, and the other one seems to be a dark black axe.
I'll hold it. They probably won't kill it, right? Right.
You're gonna hold?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do anything else on your turn?
I'll move here.
Okay. As you hold otherwise the portals remain in place behind you, shimmering behind you, holding with the weapons aimed at the hook horror. Oh, you're rolling your temporary hit point. Right. Okay. End of your turn, Bern. It is now the plumed hook horror's turn.
What hook horror?
The lava plumed hook horror.
Oh.
5, 10, 25, 30. It is going to make
It's a play on words.
It's going to make a leaping strike from here. As you watch as it moves forward, it jumps off of the ground with its two hooks, each of them raised high, as each of them carved down towards you, Rook. The first attack that misses. That's a 9. Second attack hits. That's a 23.
Yeah.
As the two hooks, otherwise carved down, you watch as one of them glances off of your shoulder plate, the other one digs into your plate armor just at your neck, and otherwise pulls you down to the ground. As part of this attack, you are knocked prone, as well as taking a grand total of 6 piercing damage and
Oh.
and 2 fire damage.
Are you sure you're gonna survive?
I don't know. I don't know. The piercing damage is magical, yeah?
I'm healing.
Piercing damage is not magical for this creature, so it's removed. So
Well,
it's goes
because
from
you said
6 to
fire, I
3.
wasn't too sure.
No, the fire is magical. It's a separate part of this
Okay.
variant. So it's
Well,
three
it's not magical so much
piercing.
as it is fire.
Yeah, so it's 3 piercing damage because of your -3 to non-magical damage, and 2 fire damage.
Cool. Ow.
You took 5 damage. Wow. Okay.
He might have singed a fur.
You
Oh my
guys are
god,
gonna
he
crush.
singed 2 hairs.
You guys are gonna crush this thing. It's fine. So you are currently prone
Yeah.
as the second strike otherwise knocks you to the ground. The hook otherwise pinning you there. You must contest a grapple check against this thing on your turn to break free. That will take an action, or no, correction. That will take an attack in order to break free. On Queglod's turn, seeing this take going down, Queglod's going to do what Queglod's going to do, and she's going to Eldritch Blast, because I asked her what she wanted to do. She didn't respond. So there's only one thing she can do: miss 2 and hit 1. Good. Doing 2 plus 5 damage. What's her charisma now? Her charisma 20. I need to update my cards.
Gotta be at least 20 by now, hasn't it?
Not necessarily. She might have put some of it into intelligence. Her charisma is indeed 20. Okay, so that's a +5. So that's 7 points of force damage against the surface of this thing. You watch as it strikes against the, or as the 2 of the Eldritch Blasters come in, they glance off of the heavy plate on the back of it, on its back, while the third one hits it, punching through a portion of it, but doing no significant damage to the creature itself.
Elsyan. Fucking lightweights, am I right?
Rook, it's your turn. Queglod's going to move back out of the way over to here.
Okay. I am going to flipping contest that grapple like hell.
Okay, go ahead and make me a grapple check. You are the same size as this thing, so you get a straight roll.
What is it?
It's a DC 15.
Yeah, what roll is it?
It's an athletics check.
Oh, it's an athletics. Yeah, okay. Well, that failed.
Okay. As you use your first attack to kind of lift your axe up, trying to wedge it below the hook itself, you're otherwise still pinned to the ground. That is your first attack gone.
Okay, fine.
While prone, you have disadvantage on attacks, by the way.
Okay, I'm just gonna hack at its legs.
Okay, so an attack roll disadvantage then, please.
So be it. So that's 21.
21. Taking a swing in with the axe, it hits against the lower form of it, which is slightly squishier than its back. In this case, it hits, otherwise digging in a portion. Go ahead and make me an attack roll, please, or the damage roll, please. Which is just a d12.
Yeah.
7.
7 plus 6.
Plus 6. Okay, taking it down by 13. As the axe otherwise digs in, it goes through a portion of the chitin, digging into its lower portion of its leg, but otherwise not doing enough to knock it off balance or anything. But your axe is
Okay.
currently wedged in its leg if you want to pull it out and attack again or something.
Yeah, I shall do.
Go ahead.
'Cause why the hell not?
Okay,
9, 12,
that hits.
that's,
Go
yeah.
ahead, do damage.
Oh,
Right, so 10 plus 6, 16 points of damage. As the second attack goes in, you pull the axe free, you swing it around and go for the second leg. This time it hits the second one, digging in a fair portion and doing a bit of damage. The creature's otherwise holding its own, but still got some fight left in it. Is that your turn?
Perfect. Yeah. What can I do with my bonus action? How close is it to my head? Can I hit it with my horns?
I'd say
Like-
you'd be hitting the actual hook itself. So again, make the attack roll disadvantage.
Sure.
So I'll use its higher AC because that's a hard part of its body. No, this one is you
No.
go and you try and hook in with the horns. It's bone hitting bone, doing nothing as ultimately nothing does anything. No damage is dealt, but there is no subsequent effect of it. Bern, you see Rook otherwise pinned to the ground by one of the hook horror's hooks as it's going to dig its other one into Rook's back, attempting to peel him open like an orange.
Oh no. Oh, no. I want to test out my spell though. So 2 new ones.
Okay, you summon 2 new portals, now making 4. As the other ones form, the cracking glass otherwise peeling out, and 2 more weapons kind of emerge from the glass itself.
Alright, that's nice. Alright, bonus action.
Bonus action, fire. Okay, it's 4 attack rolls, correct?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and make me 4 attack rolls then, please. And what's the plus on this?
I believe it's ranged spell attack.
Ranged
So ranged spell attack roll. That's what it says.
plus what?
So that would be. I assume that's 6 plus my proficiency.
It would be plus your spell to hit. Which should be on your front page. It'll be the same as your
Attack bonus is 12.
attack bonus is 12? Yeah. Yes, of course, because you got your orb. So with 12, that's 217 instead of the lowest. Okay. Well, those hit. As all 4 of them hit, you kind of bring your hand forward, and with it, all 4 portals crack as the spears and other weapons shoot out of them and begin to dig into this creature as they punch straight through the otherwise outer hardened chitin and back of it, striking into its more juicy insides. It's 8d8 damage. That is
38.
38 damage, because each one does 2d8, doesn't it? Correct? Each one does 2d8 damage? But that is 38 points of damage to this thing. As each one strikes into its form, you watch as it shrieks out as each of the weapons dig in, as it begins to dribble and bleed. It is definitely bloody. You watch as each of the weapons begins to slowly fade away, turning to a strange kind of gold and grey ash as it begins to flutter away in the wind, leaving holes where the weapons entered in, and the kind of hardened magma chitin on the outside begins to peel away. Okay. End of your turn is the hook horror's turn. It instead
Sure, I'll be fine.
move over here, keeping Rook pinned. It's going to swing around with its other hook and try and dig you into the ground.
Let me just make this spell.
But then it's just got like it's got 2 hooks stuck.
It's got a beak.
That sounds like the most awkward fight in history.
Yeah, it is.
They're like,
Well, that misses
"Nah."
on a 14.
I don't even need to use it.
As it goes and it takes the swing against you, it otherwise misses. Realizing that it missed the attack against you, it's going to try and dig into Rook's side. Advantage on this attack roll. That is a 21 to hit.
Matches.
Hmm?
It matches.
Matches, it hits. Doing, hopefully not minimum damage this time. It does 11 points of piercing damage, and it does 2 points of fire damage again.
Oh,
So that
that's
goes from
so
11
painful.
to 8, so you take 10 damage total. And that is the end of its turn. Currently has its back face to you. On Queglod's turn, Queglod's going to do what Queglod's going to do. 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Wait, that is back again.
I'm so shocked.
Wait, was Simon back?
Simon?
Ah, okay. Well, that is a miss. But hit on those two, doing 26 points of damage. Nice. Punching through the harder out-and chitin, you watch as it breaks the magma chunks and otherwise peeling away, leaving an exposed back of slightly hardened chitin, but still softened compared to the outer layer which otherwise had going for it. End of Queglod's turn. Rook, you are still pinned to the ground.
Okay, I'm going to try and break out of that madness.
Okay,
again.
athletics check, please.
+9. Oh, there you go.
That succeeds, yeah. Break free, otherwise bringing your axe up with it being kind of put off balance by the various attacks. You bring the axe up, hook under its hook, and pull it up. It has both hooks free, but you are currently able to stand if you wish.
What's standing? Because
Half your
my
movement.
movement. Oh, okay, right. I'll stand then. Okay, and I am just going to take 2 swings in.
Okay.
That's what I've got.
You stand up from this and you take 2 swings. Go ahead. There are regular rolls. I think both of those do hit. Go ahead and roll damage for both.
Okay, just roll these 2.
Acted them so well. Doing
+12.
plus 12, doing 29 points of damage. As you get up from this thing, otherwise taking a few hits, you bring up your axe, you swing it into its lower chest and torso, breaking in through the chitin. As it strikes in, you lift it up with all your strength as you bring the axe up through a portion of its neck and throat, tearing up as you split the lower beak and bring the axe down in front of you, kind of leaving an entire arc of blood through the sky as you bring your axe down, and the hook horror falls to the ground with a large split down its lower side. The hook horror is dead.
Does anyone else feel like maybe we're pissing off one of those environmental groups by doing this?
No, because we help the environment.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
you restored it, remember?
That's true.
That counts at least for like 5 karma in the good books of the
Yeah,
environmentalists.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we did that by fucking up, but
They don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know that. It's fine. Everything's fine.
true. But they're going to want to one day know how we did it, and we can't exactly say, no, deep secrets, because I
There
know
was
from
a
puzzle-
drain on the ley line, and we got rid of it. You're welcome.
what was the drain, because things don't drain lane. This is a dark time we live in. And
To be
we're
honest-
the heroes.
The strength of us, like, if what we say and say, well, if you don't like it, challenge us. Yes.
True. We are strong enough to actually start being cocky like that. Oh, you're going
Yeah.
to send the basic town guard after us.
Oh no, not the basic town guards.
Oh no, the
Oh.
CR1 guards.
What do they have? They
used,
have like 11 health, Chris?
I use spiritual guardians and just mow through them.
That's when I give them mook stats. Suddenly they automatically succeed on any saving. They have
Hold on.
11 health.
Yeah.
They're-
11 health, 16 AC,
They're an 8 CR and they have a spear.
of multiple types. Well, they can have multiple types.
Yeah. You can also have things like knights mixed in. You can mix in it through gladiators if you're in the right scene, which is
A
CR5.
warlord, a
Yeah.
champion.
A
Champions.
lot of it, I feel that if Rook just dived onto them, they'd die then.
Not a champion, but yes.
No,
No,
That's the-
not a champion.
That's 3 great sword attacks they get to do.
Yeah, no, that's that one. Maybe not.
Yeah,
but
they're basically 11th fighters. They're the
It's literally, I mean, that's what a lot of Volos is. It's just to fill in what players would be, but with a stat block.
Okay, so as the next rounds go through, as the 3 of you otherwise pull back, heading back into the waiting room. How long's the duration on your spell burn?
1 more hour.
1 hour. Okay, you'll be able to use it on all 3 fights then. As you go into the next one, you watch as the other teams fight various things. One of the teams is wiped out. The other otherwise proceed successfully. As you enter into the next round, your group is otherwise welcomed back in. And welcome back to the stage, Sasha, Elsyan, and Malcom, preparing to fight in their second round. Let's see if these creatures will do damage. More than likely, but we'll have to see. Please position yourselves where you would like to be.
Sasha, that last fight almost took some effort.
I had to spend a whole spell slot. I don't know what you're talking about. That was hellish.
I mean, only 7 side points spent by me for one thing. It was catastrophic, really.
How will you ever recover?
I don't know,
Well,
but stand in front of me.
all right, I do that. I don't care. Really means nothing to me.
Perfect.
Excellent. So,
All I have to do is use a line
It's
attack
been
and you're all
10
dead.
minutes since the last fight.
okay, this is where fight.
It's
this is
been
where
5 minutes since the last fight.
Chris,
Cool. My fucking my fucking spiritual weapons not up because it's a minute, not 10 minutes like I thought.
Yep.
That's on me. I forgot.
No, that's fine. I removed it earlier because I
I'm a
remember
big
that
hero.
duration was too short. Yeah, I know. I just got to do a line attack and then just. Then
I mean,
all dead.
Yeah, sure. No. We're not
Okay.
going to be all dead. Come on, man.
As you,
Unless it's like,
as you're
chain
there,
line,
you hear the call made. These exotic beauties have been acquired from a far-off land. Otherwise, a different location, the land of the dead. These creatures are more dangerous than they may seem. Let's see how they fare against our adventurers.
Wait. I'll be honest, the moment you said exotic creatures, I thought you were going to put us up against cat girls or something.
There'll be cats, yes, but not cat girls. As you watch as the gate opens, you watch as 2 shadowy forms otherwise zoom forward and up, moving into the positions of here and here, behind each of the barricades. Their forms are obscured, except for veils of smoke and shadow which seem to be wreathing off. Roll for initiative. I will roll for each of these.
Also for Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Oh, that's nice. Natural 20 for for Sasha as well.
Something feels wrong.
And Malcom got a 6.
Sasha, we're connected.
What is happening?
I'm in your mind.
Oh god.
Sasha, to your doom.
This
I got to do that voice because it's not too painful on the throat,
And
and
it's cool.
it's in the voice. Yes.
Alright, so
Maybe it's a bit waiting on the voice. The voice box.
maybe a bit.
A tad.
Alright.
Well,
So-
I'm going to say Elsyan goes first.
Okay, so
I have higher decks than you, so yes.
yeah, I'll just put Elsyan and Sasha at the top, and then I'll just put them as dash initiative because it doesn't matter. Malcom got an 8, so he goes after. Okay. So, at the top of the round initiative, you can see Elsyan that the 2 forms up ahead. They're otherwise shadowy and wreathed, but you see otherwise small tendrils moving through them.
I don't see any tiles.
I know, that's because I'm not going to reveal what they are yet.
Okay then, well they're in that general area. 7
We
side
just have like a small token to indicate where they are if we can see them.
Okay then, on that spot, Chris, I would like 1 psychic blast here, and 1 psychic blast here.
Okay.
Nice.
Reaching, kind of using the motions that you do, you kind of push your hand outwards, the 2, with a snap or a point, whatever it was, as the psionic
Finger
energy shoots forward and hitting behind the rocks as they begin to, or behind the barricades as they minorly move from the psychic energy which quivers the area. 2 of them make their saves. Is a 14 and a 0.
Yeah, they fail.
Big nope. Big nope.
Okay.
As they die.
That's 28 damage on each of them.
Yay. Oh, sorry, D6, D8's not.
Yeah, it's not
As
not,
the-
not D10. I wish this was D10.
That'd be nice. Alright,
Oh,
20.
oh, wait. They also take damage. That's not 28. That is 33. Sorry, because they get additional from my intelligence modifier.
Okay.
Yes.
So how much was it, sorry? 30.
33. So
33.
28 plus 5.
Okay. As you strike against the two creatures, they otherwise shudder and shimmer, but otherwise they don't seem to... You can't tell their entire reaction as the two of them fail and take the psionic energy, kind of shaking. The smoke moves and shifts, but that's about all. You watch as the smoke begins to slowly drift away as they otherwise take the damage. And you see the two forms are revealed. As you see Displacer Beasts.
Oh, nice.
Displacer beast.
These ones are variants from the Shadowfell.
Ooh. Fancy.
Yep, and that means that they have extra shadow. It's one of their abilities.
That sounds terrible.
It basically just means the first hit they get hit while displacement is up has a little bit of a sponge.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Just so
They
you
can
know,
also
Chris,
send you to the Shadow Realm.
just to keep in mind, Chris, one thing. If either of these two attack me, they have disadvantage.
Good to know!
I am using this chance to actually make sure I read every step of my spell,
Okay,
my ability.
cool. Okay, so, end of your turn. Sasha, you see two Displacer Beasts, each of them kind of slightly hunkering behind the barricades. They seem to have a semblance of intelligence and primal hunting, taking cover before attacking, but they've been spotted, so they seem to be breaking through the cover and are going to attempt to go towards you all.
How close can I get?
Well, there's two of them and they're separated, but if you want to get as close as possible, 5, 10, 15, 25. 5, 10, 20. They'd be 20 feet away from you if you moved up. Same distance as last time.
Lovely.
But they're behind half cover. Bear in mind.
That's fine. 'Cause what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fucking murder them. No, I'm using my everybody's favorite cantrip, Sacred Flame.
At which one?
The deck save, and it ignores cover.
Green or red?
Gred.
Red. Got it.
Gred, yes, green.
That is
green.
a 14.
It fails.
How much damage does it take?
3d8. Although I feel like they take half damage from spells or something.
They do, because of avoidance.
Which one's avoidance?
It's basically evasion before all saving throws, because they get that.
Oh joy, that fucking sucks.
They do, however, have a really low AC. Anyway, so that is... How much damage was that again? Check.
3d8. I don't know what
I
you
rolled
said.
already. 17, so that's halved to... on
Nice.
the red one.
I'm fine with that. I can deal with that.
Okay. As it takes the hit, it's otherwise the form otherwise shimmers somewhat, but is struck by the flame as it otherwise wreaths around it, as they now both lock on and note your arrival.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. In fact, I welcome it.
Okay. That your turn?
No. I still got a bonus action, my boy. And I'm gonna be using an old classic, providing I can fucking find it.
Story of my life.
I know, right? We got a lot of spells nowadays, so it's just like,
You
where
do.
is
I've got 7 of them.
I forgot your shit. Sorry, I didn't say that. I'm sorry.
You did. It's hurtful.
Where is it? Yes! Oh, I'm so tempted. It's such a dumb fucking spell. It's 7th level and it's dumb and I want to use it. No, I'm not gonna. I'm using my old classic
Harlan, listen to me.
weapon.
Listen to me, Harlan. Do it.
I want to save it for the final fight because it's just a big fuck you.
Fair play.
Yes, I will just be using everybody's the classic, the inevitable, the spiritual weapon.
On red or green?
The one I've already hit.
Alright, red it is then. Makes a regular attack roll. That's a natural 2 plus what?
Plus 9.
Plus 9, that misses. Wait, no.
Wait.
Yes, it does.
Yes, I believe it's plus 9.
As the
Wait,
weapon
no, plus 10. It is plus 10 now.
That's 12. Still misses.
Worth a try.
As it swings in, the Displacer Beast moves out of the way with its quick form, shifting out of the way of the attack before it prepares for its own turn. As you're distracted with that one, this one is going up 5, 20, 25. It's going to move up here, and it's going to attempt to wrap a tentacle around your leg and hoist you onto your belly.
I mean, good fucking luck. Like,
so that is a dexterity or strength saving throw of your choice. Dexterity or strength.
I think we both know the answer. It's strength.
Okay, strength saving throw on your part. That is a 6 plus.
Strength at plus 6 plus 4. Jesus, 10.
Plus 4, 10 versus the 19 total of its grapple check. It hooks its tentacle round your leg, pulling you up and knocking you prone. Or it is going to otherwise move on top of you with its heavy paws, pushing down onto you as it is going to spend its second attack, automatically pinning you to the ground.
I'm just gonna, whilst I'm down here, I'm just gonna say, you are going to regret this, and I am so sorry for you.
Okay, this class is on top of Sasha at the moment. Malcolm's turn. I don't know what Malcolm can do, because I'm not his character. He knows Cool Lightning. He's gonna cast Cool Lightning. It's a signature spell by now. I don't know what to say. He's gonna use it on the red one.
He could always turn into a dragon.
I know, but I have to go and find their stats rather than just go, oh, this succeeds.
So Chris, what you're telling me, it's laziness that's stopping you from doing that.
I've got to play Simon as well. If you're not here to play your characters, this is a disclaimer that I've always told my party, if you're not here to play your characters and you die, it's not my fault. Because I'm not going to play your characters optimally or at all. I'm just going to use the spells I know you have, which is Cool Lightning and Basic Attack, because I have those written down. So the spell DC for Malcolm, that is a success, just about. So it takes no damage from the Cool Lightning. As the lightning strikes down against the red one, it shifts out of the way, moving as the lightning strikes next to it, as it is free to do as it pleases. Malcolm is going to move out of the way, however, and leave Elsyan in the middle of the area.
Yeah!
15, 20...
Chuckles, I'm in danger.
35, 40. And with its reach of 10 feet on its tentacle attack, it's going to attempt to grab your leg and pull you down and towards it. It has disadvantage, correct?
Oh, this is against me?
Yes.
Yes. If this is an attack roll, then yes.
Okay. Just to note, is this including... does it say anything about taking damage?
It does not say anything about taking damage. It is just about... let me just...
Because this is an attack and grapple check. It doesn't do damage.
The target makes attacks... Target makes attacks against you with disadvantage. It's just disadvantage.
Just disadvantage? Okay.
If it's the case of that, it just doesn't mention damage at all, but if it's an attack roll, then it's...
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dexterity or strength saving throw, please.
Haha, you know what I forgot to do, Chris?
Switch them over.
Sucks to be Elsyan. Taking dex. No.
Oh no.
That's a 7.
7! Versus my... Otherwise, I thought it was a terrible roll of 9, because it had its advantage went to disadvantage because it's larger.
Oh god,
its tentacle
I saw it.
wraps around your leg, you're pulled onto your back and towards it as it's going to spend its second attack, moving on top of you.
Okay.
And pinning you to the ground.
I give it a
You are now grappled and restrained. That's the end of their turn, at which point you watch as the two of them begin to fill with smoke once again and billow, otherwise shrouding their forms. You hear the announcer say, "They're putting them on the ropes. 2 down, 1 to go. Let's see how this fares up." Elsyan, it's your turn.
I mean,
He decided to climb on top of me.
I'm just saying, if you'd like, I can, like, I've got like a 50-50 chance of getting rid of
Elsyan's
both of them
turn,
next
Sasha.
turn.
Let me be. I'm thinking.
You don't need to be tactical. These are CR, like, 4 creatures.
Let me think, Chris. Let me at least pretend to be big brain. Sorry, that was a bit violent. My response. Well, fuck it. Psychic assault again. On both.
Okay. Are you intending to hit
Trying-
yourself and Sasha?
Actually, no, Chris. I am going to place it there and there. Therefore, only catching the displacer beasts
Okay. So
is
intelligence
the
rolls
goal.
for two.
Intelligence saving throw, please.
Green one, with its natural 1, that is a total of -6,
Failed.
and a 6 for the other one.
He
Fail.
succeeds on a -6.
Yay!
What if it loops back around? What if you do so badly, somehow you get -18, and that beats the AC? Because they're too... Because the base just shut off completely, there's nothing for me to attack.
They're
Oh.
too stupid to take damage. Alright, go ahead and roll me the damage for your psychic assault.
78 plus 5. Ha!
14!
Oh boy!
Half,
That
to,
was not
half to
good.
7 because of avoidance, so...
Wow.
3, 4, 5 set. Yeah, and plus that is 19 in total. Thanks to my +5 to.
So 19 in total. Half to 9 because of avoidance, plus the damage shield they take. 4 points of damage, okay.
Don't be tactical, he says.
Infernal, you know what to do. You're not in combat, you can make a meme. Alright, in your flurry and your panic, you quickly release a large amount of psionic energy as it strikes the two of them. They shudder and their forms are otherwise no longer displaced, but they are otherwise okay. They seem to shrug it off, being relatively intelligent and having a little bit of health. They otherwise resist most of the offense against them. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm?
Just a quick question. Being as these are displacer beasts from the Shadowfell, does that mean that they are some sort of celestial, elemental, fey, fiend,
They're
undead?
monstrosities still.
Bastard. Okay.
Monstrosities
that's
don't
fine.
just come from the material.
I know. I just thought I'd double check because it is an extra planar system, so it might have
Yeah.
applied.
Yeah, no, in this case they're monstrosities.
Well, in
Sasha,
that
it's your turn.
case, I am going to be using a very interesting spell. And just to clarify, their home plane is officially the Shadowfell, right?
Correct.
I'm using a 5th level banishment on both of them.
Harlan, you can't just be things are going slightly wrong. Banish.
Okay.
But it works so well.
I hate the fact that that's true.
Oh, I just
Okay.
wanna do it.
What kind of
Okay,
save is
wait.
this?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
They might be okay at that.
That is a 20 on the green one,
That is a success.
and a 15 on the red one.
That is a failure.
Okay.
Bye now.
So the
Goodbye
red
now.
one returns to its home plane, and you are concentrating on banishment.
Infernal, I appreciate both of these memes.
I have not seen them yet, but I am looking forward to it.
Okay.
Don't be tactical, he said. Look, this is not tactical. This is like, I want to fuck this up and deal with this shit. Right, the red one, was the red one the one that was on top of me?
No, it's the one on top of Elsyan.
Ah,
And you've used your action to cast banishment, so you can't do anything other than spiritual weapon.
that's fine. Spiritual weapon the fuck out of him.
Takes an attack. roll.
Donk. Yeah.
Spiritual
15, that
weapon, the
hits.
Fuck out of it.
Mm-hmm. 1d8
Doing-
plus 5.
Doing 11 damage to it.
Donk.
Okay.
I'm just going to like sit here looking like,
Okay. It is going to, on its turn, which is now, going to make 3 attacks. 2 with its tentacles. Actually, no, 4 attacks, sorry. 2 with its tentacles, 1 with its claws, 1 with its bite.
Alright.
So the 2 tentacle attacks, it has advantage on these because you are otherwise restrained. So that is that's a 17, that misses.
Miss.
Next one is a 22.
That meets my AC.
So hits. The claws, that is a miss on a 18. And the final one is a 22 again, so 2 hit. So the tentacles deal. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of piercing damage from the first tentacle.
Oh no. However will I survive? What was that? 7 and 6?
7 and 6, yes. So you take 13 damage. Do you have Warcaster?
I do.
So there's an advantage on the concentration check.
Mm-hmm.
As a natural 1 and a natural 20, so you succeed.
Like, I love it when that happens, but what the fuck?
Yeah. And the claw attack does max damage, 12 damage against you, slashing. And next concentration check for that one. DC is still 10, 3 and a 19. Fine.
Yep, I'm good.
You maintain the concentration as this thing tears into you a little bit, otherwise digging into your skin, but otherwise not doing much else.
Oof.
With the armor
Ouch,
around
my
you.
bones. Oof.
Okay. And
Play it up a bit, Sasha!
However will I survive?
Bring it back down! Back down a little bit.
You, as the announcer lets out, and one of them's just gone. Well, that certainly evens the odds. Let's see how this pairs up from here. At which point it's Malcolm's turn. Malcolm, being Malcolm, would he have despised Sasha using banishment here because it's a cheesy move?
I don't really think so.
No, you don't get a say in this, Sasha. Everybody else?
Sudz would have done, but whether Malcolm would have done,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that. I'll go with that call actually. Yeah.
Okay,
I
Sudz
don't-
would have, but Malcolm wouldn't. Okay, so he's not going to incorporate Sasha in his cool lightning area. Got it. Alright.
Oh.
Yeah, Sudz would also try to avoid anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
he would.
No matter how much of a dick move.
That
Or
is
make it very
a-
clear why he's doing it.
that is
Look, you
a-
literally told me to protect you.
That's true. That is a 17, so it fails against his AC or his DC of 18. Means that he does 10, half to 5 lightning damage against this thing. Its shield is now down, so that 5 damage is nullified. Okay. Malcolm's going to move over and understand that. Displacer Beast 2 is gone. Elsyan. There's no longer a Displacer Beast on top of you.
Wonderful. It's because Sasha wants to be on top. Woof!
Oh, getting exciting up in here.
Hammer of Inquisition on this one Displacer Beast. 7 side points go Bert. Intelligence save for me.
15.
Fails.
7d10.
Uh,
35
would have been worse.
of to 17. Get down. Nope, that's what would happen if it took 7 damage. Right, taking 17 points of damage, it shakes itself slightly. It is knocked prone, which means it's just straight up on top of Sasha.
Ha!
But does that not mean it can no longer be restraining me?
It means you're both restrained by it, because it's just flat on top of you at the moment.
You're welcome, Sasha.
So grappled, restrained, and prone as the two of you are just flat out on top of one another, just stuck there.
I like seeing Sasha squash.
It's like Gimli in that battle with the horses when he gets knocked off and then he gets the warg killed on top of him.
Oh my god.
See?
The warg.
Yeah.
Org.
Wow.
It's more orky. They should call it warg. Anyway.
Really good as best. I think all orcs should sound like Cockney geezers. It's the thing about orcs being racist. No, they're all Cockney geezers.
Okay.
Or football hooligans. Sorry.
You're currently prone, so do you want to just stand back up? Or stay prone?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Elsyan high level strats here is staying prone.
Okay.
Okay.
As Elsyan...
High level strats.
As
No,
Elsyan
I'm gonna
keeps
stand
lying
up.
on the
I'm
ground.
gonna stand.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna stand on my head. No.
Acrobatics check. Alright. You stand up again, kind of dusting yourself off as it otherwise peels off of your clothes.
that would not have been a good acrobatics check.
May have been, you don't know. DC might have been low. As you kind of pull yourself off, dust yourself off, and snap your fingers, as it otherwise has a brain melt on top of Sasha. Sasha, it's your turn.
Hey, Sasha, something's having its brain melted on top of you.
Hey. Oh, don't worry, it happens every Friday night.
Sasha, we both know you don't get laid.
Not that you know about.
Unfortunately, I do.
Right,
I hate on you.
Okay. Sasha.
Okay, so, where was everything?
You're underneath a displacer beast that is currently basically a jelly on top of you at the moment.
Okay, what would it take to get it off of me?
It would be a strength check. And
would that
athletics.
take an action, or would that just
That
be,
will take your action, yes.
Yeah, you know what? Question, am I incapable of smacking it from my current position?
You can. It'll be a flat roll, but yeah, you can.
Fuck it,
You
I'll
did it.
take a flat roll, really.
Alright.
Yeah,
Attack roll
I'm going
against
to...
it.
I'm going to smack.
You swing up with your mace, you gonk it on the head, doing d6 plus a d8, I believe.
D6 plus D8 plus 4.
Plus 4. So you do 1 and a 2, so you do 2 points of fire damage and 5 points of bludgeoning to it. So 7.
That's depressing.
Yep.
And of course, donk, double donk. You know,
Has
coming in
advantage
with
this time because it's prone. That hits. D8 plus 4 again, or D8 plus 5?
D8 plus 5.
D8 plus 5. That's
'Cause it
9
uses
points of
my magic.
damage. It is bloodied.
Woo!
Begins to bleed all over you.
Ooh, displacer beast blood. I'm pretty sure that sells pretty decently.
Right. It has its turn. It has advantage because you are restrained. It has disadvantage because it's restrained. So 4 straight rolls. The blue and the black one are going to be tentacles. The green's going to be a bite, and the white's going to be a miss, 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 miss. Okay, all of them miss. Alright, it takes 4 attacks against you. Otherwise, it's too much like jelly and against too much hard Sasha that it can't hit you. Alright, that ends its turn. Malcom. Displacer Beast is going to go disadvantage. That fails. Yep. Right. Call lightning. Lightning is pulled down from above. 23 points of damage, halved to 11, as it takes a significant chunk of damage and is now getting fairly low. Alright. End of Malcolm's turn. Elsyan.
Well then.
Police is no longer jelly. Still on top of Sasha.
I am just going to do an energy beam at it. Dexterity saving throw, please.
It's no longer restrained because it's the beginning of your turn, isn't it?
Yep. Wait a minute. Is it still prone? No, never mind. Doesn't matter for me.
It's a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, the main thing is that if it was still restrained because at the beginning of your turn, it would have been disadvantage on the dexterity save, I believe.
Yeah.
Alright, so regular roll now. That is a 6. So it will take half damage because it's a saving throw. How much damage?
12 max. So 14 max. I've remembered that I get +2 to damage rolls.
Only when you're focusing on Psychic Assault.
I am focusing on Psychic
you are?
Assault.
Okay.
If you look at my character sheet, you see the little...
It's the
Green
only one
square?
you ever focus on. That's right. So 14, you said?
14, yes.
Halved to 7 because it got to make a save. As you shoot out a small beam of energy, just spewing it, you hit one of the 10 tentacles that otherwise begins to be combed over by whatever effect and energy you chose, as it begins to shock it, as it begins to almost lightly spasm there, before it kind of shakes off the lightning as best it can. Moving to Sasha's turn, unless there's something else you wish to do, Elsyan.
No,
Okay. Sasha.
I was just going to stand there, looking pretty, as he always does.
You have, a
Debatable, but okay.
you have a less jelly displacer beast on you.
Right. Arrgh. You know what? I'm going back to the old school. First things first.
On the Venus?
What?
Never mind.
I-
Never mind, I admit myself what I did. Oh, God.
Fuck it. I'm gonna cast Raven's Cull on it.
Is that a concentration spell?
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Because you're concentrating on banishment.
I am not. Yes, I've already said, Chris, I'm not going to do that.
No, that's fine.
Question: is Snowcrest concentration or no?
Have that written down.
It says no, but like it. Yeah, it says no. Okay.
Okay, so it's not.
I was just like concerned because it seemed like one that could be.
What's the cast time of it?
One bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm going to be casting Snowcrest on myself.
Okay.
I don't even really need to. I'm just doing it because I can.
Yeah, I'm Sash. Alright.
Literally, that's what I'm doing.
Snowcrest is a
might as
third
well.
level spell. I'm just double
And
checking
then-
Snowcrest. Yeah, Snowcrest lasts for a minute, bonus action. Take d6 less damage from any source that attacks you.
Mhm. And since the thing that could has the potential to like half what it does to me if it
Yeah.
ever hits me again.
So you're just you cast it at this level, you again take d6 less
Yeah.
damage as a bonus action.
And how does a Toll the Dead sound?
Yeah, that works. That's a con save.
Wisdom save actually.
Oh, wisdom save.
I know.
6.
Yeah, that's a big fat fail.
3d10.
3d12.
Oh, right, 'cause it's 3d12. Additional d12 down there. Roll that. That is a lot of damage. 31 points of damage to this thing.
Oh,
Halved to 15.
still pretty decent chunk.
Yeah, it's otherwise very injured, but it is otherwise still alive. As on its turn, it's going to get up, disengage, and get out of it. As it begins to run, the gate is opened, otherwise allowing this thing to otherwise leave. And the winner is called for you all, as it had 4 hit points left.
Hey, do you guys want the other one back?
You hear a shout from the gate. You can do that?
If you tell me quickly, yeah.
An individual nods.
I let go of my concentration.
The red one comes back. Elsyan, make me a dexterity saving throw.
You motherfucker!
Hey, we've already won.
You have already won, yeah.
14.
14. As this thing moves in, I'm just going to roll a d20 and that'll be the DC. 4. Okay, doing good. As this thing pops in, knowing Sasha's banishment and how it works, you have enough time to move out of the way. This thing lands and begins to look around as it watches its injured companion otherwise runs away. And you watch as as one of the kind of the beast tamers moves out and shouts something, and you watch as the beast kind of begins to cower slightly, but otherwise begins to pace around, focused on the tamer before it's ultimately led away. Okay. Didn't kill them. Interesting.
Yeah, we're nice.
Yeah, apparently. All right.
Good
Yeah,
people,
I know,
Chris.
it's a change of pace, I admit, but come on.
All right. End of your battle. The next battles go through as Short, Dead, and Horny. All right.
Yeah.
You're
Every
really
time
proud of
one
that
them-
name, aren't
I
you?
am
You're really
so
proud of
proud.
that.
All right. Put yourselves where you wish to.
See, I want to go there because symmetry. It'll please me greatly, but oh shit.
Still concentrating on Imperial Gate. All right. What are you fighting next? Ooh. Okay. Where are you in the manual? Alright. Oh, this will be fun. Alright. As each of you are let in, you hear, and now, after that incredible match, we move on to the next one. As they face some of our more resident creatures from the Rust Forest itself. Let's see how this team fares against owlbears. As the shrieks come in, as two owlbears otherwise rush in, you see that their fur and feathers, which would usually be like a dark brown and white, are otherwise completely orange. Completely covered with what looks to be a hardened layer of rust. These things look hardy compared to usual owlbears.
Huh.
Okay, so beginning of this one. Go ahead and roll initiative, please. Alright, I will roll for them in a minute. First, I will roll for Queglod. Queglod got the same roll as last time. I don't have to change a thing. Oh, wait, no, I don't. She's got a plus. So that's an 8. Alright. So. Owlbear 1. Owlbear is apparently all one word according to this document, and it knows that it's a word. Interesting. Alright, 25 to 20. 25? No. 20 to 15? 15 to 10?
14.
Okay.
I didn't get a minus this time.
Bern?
-1.
-1. Perfect. Alright, so top of the round, Rook, you otherwise stand there. The owlbears proceed to slowly but surely move forward towards you as you hold your ground. Also, Bern, something we did forget, you should have had -3 on those attacks because of the Ethergate stuff. Which we did forget about, but we will take care of that this time when you make your attacks.
Yeah.
Yep. Would have meant 2 of them didn't hit, but oh well.
Oh well.
So, Rook, you're up first.
Okay, alright, well, just for the sake of symmetry, because I'm really upset by this, like, you wouldn't believe me, it's madness. I'm going to take a potion of growth, because sod it, why not?
Okay, just to fix the symmetry. That's
Literally, it's just that. I'm going to be that anal today about it.
alright. Take a potion of growth, otherwise
Perfect.
growing in size.
Excellent. And it costs nothing to invoke the gauntlets, doesn't it? It costs an action to fire all the stars.
The invoking them is part of the attack action, so you have to take the attack action to do so.
Okay. And can I fire them all in the same...
I believe you can.
Oh, I'm going to invoke the gauntlets and just shoot them all at the green guy.
Okay. Keep in mind that it does make a 2x2 area, so you could hit both of them, I believe. Just gonna
Does
double
it?
check.
I still haven't actually got it in my thing yet.
I'll copy and paste it to you again then, and you can write that down. You have this version of Comet Strikers.
No, tell me to lie. I have actually got it. I just, for some reason, have got it in equipped. I'm not too sure why I put it there.
6 tiny meteors. Whenever you make a weapon attack, or as an attack on your turn, you may fire 1 or 2 meteors at the target hit. If you use this as a weapon attack, they make a dexterity saving throw, or they take 2d6 fire damage from a meteor as part of the attack. This damage does not benefit from critical hits. If you make the attack using the gauntlets, you may fire up to all of the meteors at once, hitting targets within a 5-foot radius of the point of your choice, within 120 feet. So long as you know the point exists, you need not require line of sight to target the point. Each meteor deals 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
So you can fire all 6 at this point if you wish to do so, and
Hit them both.
hit them both, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do
You
that.
recommend-
Okay. So, beginning of the turn, you watch as Rook enlarges himself, slams his gauntlets together, and fires 6 orbs of otherwise condensed energy and matter in a bright star form as they fly forwards, striking at the feet of the owlbears. Seeing as they're going to make 6 saving throws each, I will roll the first ones for the green one. They have a +1. They can do it against a DC 15. 2 successes, 2 failures so far. And another 2 failures, so that's 4 failures for them. You want to go ahead and roll me 8,
D6, aren't they?
2d6 per, so that will be 8d6 fire damage to one of them.
Okay, right, that's...
The other one, that
Start
is
with- That is 13.
2 successes, 2
and
failures again. And
4.
1 failure, 1 success. Okay. So that other one takes 66, so...
Okay, the
Oh.
first one had 20... It had 13 or 14, 27.
27 points of damage to this one, okay.
And how many dice D6 was it for the next one?
66.
6, okay, that's... So that'll be 12...
12 plus another 2d6 plus 9, 21 damage to the other one. Okay. Nice. In the first one, as the meteors otherwise strike against the ground, causing miniature explosions of light and flame as they lick around the surface of the owlbears, they pull back and shriek, one of them a little bit more hurt than the other one, as they both look towards the now large and challenging form of Rook.
Nice.
That's your action.
My
And your
bonus
bonus
action
action
was
is drinking the potion.
and I am just going to stay here and prepare for them to
Okay.
charge me, because they're probably going to pounce me. It's
Yep.
my luck.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. The owlbear, the bronze owlbear, otherwise rushes up to you, as it is going to go for makes 3 attacks: 1 beak, 1 claw, 1 headbutt. As you are the same size as it, it does not get advantage. So these are straight rolls. The headbutt, that is a 20 to hit. That misses, I
Nope.
believe. The
Yeah.
beak that tries to cut into you is a natural 20, but you have adamantine armor, so it will just hit. And the other one is a 17.
So just a nat hits.
Just the nat hit, and that's on the beak, which is a grand total of 15 points of non-magical piercing damage, taking that down to 12.
Okay.
You were hit by the beak, but not either of the other two, so that ends its turn there. Queglod. Simon's not back yet, so Eldritch Blast. On the red one, because it charged Rook. I don't have anything better to do. Hit, miss. Yes. Doing 5 plus 10, 15 points of force damage as it hits against the surface of the rusted fur. It does a fair bit of damage, but doesn't seem to do anything special. The creature is now bloodied, as the red begins to mix in with the rustic orange around its fur. Okay.
Oh dear.
Owlbear 1 is going to move up 40 feet as well. It's going to do the same. So, headbutt attack. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that one.
Beak attack
one
is a
get-
10.
Nope.
And the claw attack is a 24 to hit.
Oh, okay.
So
So
it
the
does
two
the-
that missed last time actually hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's okay. Interesting. So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, non-magical, which is reduced down to 5. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, this could be difficult. I might struggle here.
Plus 11. Shut up. Ah!
That's 15.
Oh, it's only a plus 10.
Oh no, yeah, I took the thing off for the the drinking competition, but the gauntlets are back on for the combat. So yeah, it's just 10. Oh, so I'm gonna use my Indomitable because I'm not really gonna use it.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
28, yeah, you're fine. DC was 15, but oh well.
That's fail. I would have failed that.
Yeah. So, okay. So nothing happens on the headbutt. Would have been knocked prone, so you're fine on that front.
Story of my life.
And the claws. Ooh, that's much better damage rolls. 19 points of slashing damage. Non-magical, so reduced by 3 to 16 damage. As it runs up to its head, otherwise jams into your belly, you feel the pressure as you're kind of pushed back, but you don't fall down as it reaches up with its claw and otherwise scrapes across the surface of your face, otherwise making a large gash across you. But you are otherwise the same size as them, which is more of an interesting grudge match as the two of them charged up to you. As the crowd roars with excitement as this otherwise takes place. Bern, you're sat in the back, otherwise you see a butterfly fly past your face and it's, butterfly. And then you realise there's 2 owlbears attacking Rook.
I've had this spell since I could learn it, and I have not used it a single time. I'm using it. No matter what.
Oh! Are you moving up to use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Using it.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
You step up, otherwise climbing over the barricade, as you pull your hands up to your mouth, and you watch as Bern, with what looks to be bright white and blue symbols, otherwise arcing on the inside of his hands, blows out a jet of cold air as you cast Cone of Cold, I believe.
Yep.
On the two of them. What saves are that?
That is a con save.
Con save! 22! And -2 with a natural 1.
Well, one of them succeeds, the other one fails.
Okay. Still takes half damage though, so the green one succeeds. Oh, the green one succeeded.
The red one's gonna die, I'm
The red
pretty sure.
one's
it
gonna
will.
die.
40.
40 damage. Wait, is it 10d8 or
No, it's 4. Or 8.
8d8? Oh, you did those ones. Okay. So 40 damage. Okay. As this
That's a lot of damage.
as this finishes off, Rook, as this one otherwise moves up for another headbutt and goes for the claw attack, you watch as it freezes in place right in front of you in a icy statue. It's dead and it's frozen. The other one, on the other hand, takes 20 damage and is looking very much worse for wear. But you see as the ice crystals otherwise form on the outside of it, it shifts and the metal feathers and fur otherwise shake it off.
It's 7. Cool.
Nice. Too cool. He's frozen.
That was what, 5th level or 6th level?
Yeah, 5th.
5th.
Oh, I should have switched this car and done it twice.
No, bad.
No. That's fine.
Alright,
I'll pat Rook and I'll give him some temporary hit points.
okay. You move over, you tap him on the knee. Rook, you receive 3d4 plus 4 temporary hit points, I believe it is.
Well, if con is 5, you can get 5 now.
Oh, okay.
So 12 if you have 5 con.
His
11,
con
yeah.
is 16, so it's plus 3.
Plus 3. So
Total?
7 plus 3.
So you get 10 temporary hit points, Rook.
Okay.
These will last until the end of this round.
Chris, have you updated my thing? My con is 18.
Oh, is it? Okay, in which case
Yeah.
it's 11
Yeah,
temporary
11.
hit points. Yeah, I need to update my cards. I was waiting until the next
Yeah,
ability
yeah.
score improvement, but I kind of forgot. Alright, so, Rook, it's your turn.
Well, it appears your friend's a little bit chilly. Icicles. Right, I'm gonna hit this guy.
Okay, go ahead and make
Good
me.
one.
How many attacks? 3?
Thanks. Yeah, 3. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna do 3 basic things, because why the hell not?
And Rook became Mr. Freeze for all points of 0.5 seconds.
Oh god. Think about it, Dr. Freeze.
Roll them
He
plus
has a
11.
doctorate.
Okay, fine.
So the lowest one is 20 there?
Hi.
Blame.
Misspelt.
Okay, no. Bleheim is in the spell. Blenheim spelt to Bleheim.
So what's the plus on these? Plus.
Plus 11. So
Hits,
the lowest one is
hits.
20.
Yeah, that hits. So roll your damage. Roll them 3d12 bones. Probably
Three
dead.
And
Roll.
D4s.
And
D4s
the
as well.
d4s as well. So just. It's dead.
And
Oh.
Just with the rolls alone, that's enough. Yeah. As you take your swings into it, the first one digs heavily into the fur as it kind of reaches up, begins to topple backwards as you swing under with into its underbelly, hitting and breaking through the fur, then striking against its form. As you draw the axe out, it's going to die. Do you take the third swing?
Will it leave? I will hesitate. No, I won't.
As you hesitate, it otherwise falls back onto its side, otherwise bleeding out. It dies from blood loss. They got more of them. It's fine.
Oh,
All right.
that's fine.
So,
What?
next match, as you watch as the various fights otherwise take place, you move out. As you move out back into your space and you wait. You three are called in once again.
Which three?
Sasha, Elsyan, and Malcom.
Oh, the magnificent threesome.
Yep. As you move
It's our
in,
full title. Come on, Christian.
you hear the Don't
Your
don't speak to me in
milk
that tone.
Your milk song.
You hear shut up. You hear the person speaking go, and time for the final match. Everyone gets the same, but slightly different changes between each round.
And it's not
Each
the
of these
same.
creatures. Shut up! I'm the voiceover here. Each of these creatures is summoned by our Archmage himself, an Archdruid. Let us see how they fare against elementals. As your team is faced up
bitch,
against
I got
a
this.
fire elemental and a storm elemental.
Oh boy. Okay, right.
Which elementals?
Fire
Fire
elemental
and
and storm.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Chris, hopefully this goes better than the last time I went against a fire
Yes, Chris.
elemental.
Please roll for initiative.
Alright, give me a moment. I'm switching to the elemental page.
Oh
on the
no!
manual.
The initiative luck has run out.
It's 2.
I got it's 5 in total.
Sasha got a 16, so she's got 50.
Sasha's coming in like, I'm the MVP. Ooh.
Okay, fire elemental got... Fire elemental. Ooh. And storm elemental. Ooh. Alright. Sorry, I got high rolls there, if you couldn't tell. I'm just going to label these as
Yeah.
fire and storm.
Fire and stone.
Fire and
Fire and
Malcom!
stone.
Alright,
Fire and
and
stone.
Malcom.
Is a storm elemental different to an
Natural
air
1 on
elemental?
Malcom. Oh no, with a -2.
Does lightning damage.
Uh,
Lightning
fair.
stuff, presumably.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yes.
assumed, but I just wanted to double check.
Storm elementals are different to air elementals in a few distinct ways, as you will find out. Alright, so, first initiative is the storm elemental then. As you watch as the elementals otherwise proceed to be influenced. Looking at the elementals, you've seen elementals both summoned by Malcom and used by enemies. These are not your typical elementals. They look as if they're somewhat protected by some form of primordial bond. The two of them are otherwise working together. The storm elemental is going to fly 90 feet.
Nice.
It's going to move up into the air by 30 feet to here. It flies up to this area, otherwise stops there, and it is going to proceed to use...
Flying dongers.
It is going to proceed to use Hurricane Pull. So I would like all three of you to make me dexterity saving throws, I believe this is. No, strength saving throws, please.
Chuckles. I'm in danger.
Malcolm got a 7. Fails.
Oh dear.
Actually, no, sorry. That is a lie. He
That
got
one.
an 8.
Still
Elsyan?
failed.
Got an 11.
Okay.
If that
And
succeeds, I will.
Sasha
eat a
gets
roll
a
there.
natural 1, taking that to 0.
Ooh.
Okay. As
I'm in danger.
As the three of you are pulled up 30 feet, the hurricane pull pulls you up, and before the end of its turn, it gets to lightning strike you. As you are in midair, all three of you are in midair, so each of you take 17 points of lightning damage, please.
Oh, good lord.
As
Not
the,
us.
That
No,
was
not
T, not T. It's fine.
yeah, 17.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
As
I'm,
you
I'm
take-
still
I
looking
forgot
at
how to
2
math.
elementals. Though.
As
That's-
three
It's
as
fine. I literally have 12 spells that can get rid of them permanently.
Hold on, we're not going to go for the same
Oh,
banishment
but
chat,
it's
please.
Points.
cheap
Don't
bullshit.
you also like-
Please.
Don't you also take like negative damage from fire or something?
not how
I
that
mean,
works,
dude,
but
I mean, if Chris would actually let me,
not how that works.
Okay, Harlan,
he should.
Harlan, you are not made of fire.
Okay.
He has flash fire, the ability from Pokemon.
Okay, so taking 17 damage from that, and then each of you are dropped 30 feet. Please make me dexterity saving throws to land without taking damage.
Mother.
Sasha got a 14. That is a fail.
That is a
Elsyan.
19.
Elsyan succeeds, Malcolm does not. So, Malcolm and Sasha, you both take
Has
I'm
the
not
filter
gonna use it.
worked in
15 points of bludgeoning damage as I use gravity against my party. Perfect.
Wow.
Can Malcolm use his wings as a reaction?
Given the strong wind and the fact that he failed against the hurricane pull, no.
Ah.
Okay, and that was lifting. Done its lift, it's done its lightning strikes on airborne targets, and that's the storm elemental's turn. Next is the fire elementals. Fire elemental
Nice.
is going to move 50 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50 into Sasha's space.
Gracious, it's a Les something is from Strictly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what if it turns out he is?
Oh, yeah. I hope he isn't. Because, I mean, at this point, he's too old to repent for it. I mean, like, I swear he's got to be dying by now.
Probably not. Anyway,
Anyway, so so you didn't hear up to the end of that, then and after the end of the storm elemental's turn, it's the fire elemental's turn, who moves up 50 feet towards you, Sasha,
Ooh,
entering into your
exciting.
space, and you take 2 points of fire damage, halved to 1.
Oh, no! It's gonna get me through
Sasha,
attrition!
Sasha, you okay, Sasha? Sasha,
Oh,
Sasha!
It's then on its turn, it is going to attempt to make 2 touch attacks against Elsyan.
No. This thing is social distance. Need to get the fuck away from me.
That's
It's
illegal.
not allowed. It's got diseases.
So first attack misses. Second attack is a 19. Does that hit? I assume so.
No, yes. Also, is the server up again?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Should he have made that with disadvantage?
There was no reason for it.
Good. So you take 9 points of fire damage, and you are now on fire. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks, including concentration until it ends, and you take 1d10 fire damage at the beginning of each of your turns.
1d10.
1d10 fire damage, yes. Additionally, as a part of this attack, it is going to make an ability or a strength check, which it failed against your AC, which try and pull you in, which it failed. Yeah, it's the end of its turn. Okay. So Sasha, you are otherwise engulfed by it, and it is now your turn. Take 1d10 fire damage because you're inside of it. You take 2 points of fire damage, halved to 1. I'll get there eventually.
I hope that it keeps rolling 2s.
I'll get there
It's just
eventually. Shut up.
Oh, it's actually so bad because it would take a literal hour.
Fine. Okay.
Okay. So I'm not gonna say that I've got something that can fuck it up completely, because I mean, as much fun as it would be to just jettison them into the void, which is a thing I can and will do if it gets bad enough, I'd feel bad about that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to
Harlan turns into an SCP.
yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh, God.
So I am going to have to ask a question on this one.
Okay.
These elementals, do spells that use like hematurgy and veil shaping stuff work on them, and they just use like the magical equivalent of their
Yes.
blood or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it specifically says that it has to use blood.
Okay, no, that works. In that case, I'm going to be pulling out something I find very amusing. Wait. Shit. Are elementals immune to restraint?
You don't know.
We've encountered a lot of them. I feel like I could at least make a roll.
Harlan,
for
encountered
knowledge.
Okay,
Wow.
Harlan, I want you to have a logical thought here. One of them is made of literal fire, another one is made of storm. Can you hold on to that?
Probably not.
Thank you. Just
That's why I'm going to answer with you don't know, because
because
you
come on, man.
can use your
I
brains.
mean, I don't know, okay? They might have a physical form. It's hard to tell.
And Sasha has a 9 in intelligence, which also means she doesn't know.
Sasha, okay, Sasha smack.
That much is fair, actually. Yeah, so, what I'd like to do, tell me, Chris, how do you feel about, me, dropping an entire deluge of water down on this fucker?
And if you want to.
So, say I were to use create or destroy water, could I just make it rain? Literally, could I just basically do like a giant bucket dump on top of it? I know this is taking some time, but I wanna explore my options here.
No, that's fine. I'm just looking at create and destroy.
You
Water.
can create a rain cloud, or if you have a vessel, you can pour water into that. I don't know the exact specifics of the size of the vessel, but
No, I'm checking because of if it has the specifications of like dropping piles of water on it, or if you say if it's as a rain cloud. 'Cause if it's as a rain cloud, then that's over time. That's why I want to check. Because I always thought it was just a blanket of water that fell over a
it's
40-foot
not.
radius.
It's a cloud forms and rain happen.
Let me.
Spell actually loaded on the site, that would be good, that I'd like to
Yeah.
use, but it's not, so let's go search the book.
Well, the thing is, it definitely falls within
Okay,
a single action, which means it is in a sense a blanket of
right.
water.
You
Okay.
create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area.
So it would fall as water, as rain.
As
So-
rain is what it says.
You can do that if you want.
The thing is, I don't know how that would work against it, because I know that fire elementals have that thing where water fucks them up, but I don't know how much it has to be before it starts,
No.
affecting them. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just going to use Holy Weapon on me hammer and start smacking.
Okay, so that's a bonus action. You holify your weapon as it otherwise glows a reddish coloration.
Yeah. And so that's that one used up. That's fine.
Okay.
And then I'm going to first of all move out of it, since I believe I am inside it currently.
Yep.
And then smack the fuck out of it, as the youths say.
No youth says that, Harlan.
No, they don't.
Okay, so you make a attack roll against it.
Yep.
That is a 5 plus what?
5 plus 9.
It's 9, that's 14. That hits was the fire elemental.
Oh, it hit. I was surprised about that.
Fire hasn't got the highest AC.
Obviously,
D8 fire damage doesn't do anything.
I'm just straight up ignoring that. Like, it says I can cause the attack. I'm not going
So
to.
damage?
It just feels counter. 3d8.
3d8. Your mace is a
No,
D6.
1d6 and 2d8. But the 2d8 are holy damage.
Radiant.
Well, we both know that we can call it whatever we like.
So
It's the
16
same thing.
plus any modifiers?
16 plus 4.
Okay.
20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. Okay. You do 20 points of damage as you hit this thing in the side. The magical essence of it striking against the flame as a bit of it moves and shifts out of the way. But otherwise it remains in place and with strength to back it up. Right. End of your turn, I believe.
Yep, that's me.
You're concentrating on that. Elsyan, your turn.
Wonderful. God, can't find the server. There it is. Just need to refresh. Bear with me 2 seconds.
Okay.
But oh no, I know I'm new. On the Storm Elemental, a full 7 side points, Psychic Inquisition. Hammer of Inquisition.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Intelligence saving throw.
I think
9.
Like Earth... Yeah, I was about to say, if they're anything like Earth Elementals, which I know a bit of meta knowledge here, but I know they're pretty fucking dumb.
Earth Elementals are the dumbest of them all, actually.
True.
You could
True.
say they're dumb as rocks.
Chris, I hate it.
I know. Well,
That's 33 points of damage, please, Christian.
33 points of damage, putting that thing to that. It's badly injured. As it failed the save, it would fall prone, restrained, and grappled. However, it is immune to all of those effects. So
It's immune to, I suppose it has no physical form, so...
its fly is stated hover, and its condition immunity is exhausted, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, and unconscious.
Wow, I think it's actually the lowest my side points have gotten. Like, no joke.
Alright.
I think that's... If it might be Misty Step is a bonus action, isn't it?
Yes, you also take 7 points of fire damage at the top of your turn because you are on fire.
Oh, I forgot about that. I am going to... Can I do Misty Step having done a sight?
Yes, because it's your racial thing.
Excellent. Yeet.
Move out of the way. Okay.
Yeet.
Okay. You move out of the way as you dash past in a mystified form. Fire Elemental obviously doesn't get an attack of opportunity. As it moves over to... Is that your turn, Don?
Oh, yes.
As it moves over
Malcom.
to Malcolm's turn. Malcolm, not entirely knowing what to do, is going to over here. And because he only knows one spell this combat, he's going to use Cool Lightning on the Fire Elemental.
No, not... Just be it on the Fire Elemental, please. Not
Yeah,
the Storm
I
one.
said the Fire Elemental, don't worry.
Thank God. I panicked, okay.
Oh wait, no, I
sorry.
don't need to roll for it. I need to roll a dex save for it. Ooh, that's a natural one. Never mind. Don't worry about its dex score. That's a fail. 3d10 lightning damage, 14 damage to the fire elemental, as the lightning otherwise strikes it, doing a fair bit of damage. Alright. End of Malcolm's turn. Bee's going to move out of the way so she doesn't get caught on fire. Storm Elemental's turn. Storm Elemental is going to... Ooh, do I dare? Yes, I do.
Dun, 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 dun. That sounds
There you go,
bad
Elsyan.
for us.
As the Storm Elemental is going to move on top of and within Elsyan. Elsyan,
Oh.
your fire...
Oh, I forgot they could do that.
Elsyan, your fire is put out. You do, however, take
Yeah.
9 points of lightning damage, and I need you to make me a strength saving throw with disadvantage as you are within it, as it is going to use Updraft Hurricane.
Okay, 1 second.
As it's going to shoot you upwards into
I
the air
thought
this time.
Hurricane was weak.
Hurricane lied! No, wait, wrong hurricane. Wrong person. God damn, no, I was thinking of Chronicle. Christ.
Hey,
So,
Hurricane might allow it at
strength
some point.
save. Strength save at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage, yeah?
Yep.
How could this happen? That's a 4. To me.
You're shot up into the air. Take that much bludgeoning damage.
Sasha!
You take...
Help!
Oh, you're still fine.
You
I am
take
not!
19 points of
bloodied.
bludgeoning damage.
How many?
19 points of
Oh,
bludgeoning
I'm
damage.
sorry, you're bloodied, you say?
Bloodied!
As you watch as Elsyan is otherwise flying into the sky.
Help!
Reaction time!
What would you like to do?
Oh.
I'm using Heart of Immolation,
Okay.
and I'm healing myself and Elsyan.
Okay.
For, let me see, how much is it? It's 5d8 plus 5.
For 24 plus 5 is 29 damage.
Okay, I will be healing
How
myself.
close is it? What's the range on the spell?
It is. I want to say. Where the fuck is it? 15 foot.
So that'll only hit you, won't hit Elsyan.
Alright, 29 points to me. Okay. Thanks.
Bastards! Why are you like this?
Yeah, it's 15-foot radius
What is
around
going
you.
on with
Something that I
my
haven't been
voice?
paying attention to.
Oh,
so
I'm
forgive me.
sorry. What's going to happen? Do you want me to use the fire version of it and, like, potentially heal this fucker?
But it is going to lightning strike you as you are airborne. Take 13 points of lightning damage.
Oh god, no! This thing is
And-
worse, doing worse to me than the Prince of Blood did, and he put me down.
And make me a dexterity saving throw to land on the ground successfully or take full damage.
Don't
First.
worry. I got you, boo-boo.
Okay. You land on the ground. Because of your high success, you take no damage. As you otherwise land, I will say, due to the nature of this, next to it.
Yo,
As you otherwise land on the ground, keeping yourself safe, but otherwise thrown up in the air. It's not fun.
how much health you got left?
7.
That could
Oh,
have killed you. Hold on, I'm gonna roll the dice, see how much I would have done. You would have taken 10 points of damage, halved to 5 if you succeeded. If you failed, you would have taken 10 and fallen unconscious.
How much do you normally? What's your max HP?
88. It has all gone down in this combat.
Oh, sad.
Full
So my
damage is
next turn,
wonderful.
I will probably. Wait, I'm no longer on fire. I'm not
No, you're
taking
no
electric.
longer on fire, and you're not taking
Okay,
electric because you're not
right.
good at it.
Oh, you know what I've been forgetting to do? I've been forgetting
Psychic
to add
restoration.
on. Yeah, psychic
Yeah.
restoration.
You would have only gotten
Oh.
the one this combat, so you might as well add it on now, because you didn't take any damage in the previous ones, did you?
No, that's true.
Yeah. So
I'm
I'm
just
okay
in
with
the
you adding on.
punching bag.
What is it, 3 or 7?
Huh?
Is it 3 or 7 you add on?
Oh, 3.
Feel free to heal yourself by 3, just because you've only used it
one
as
moment,
one this
guys.
combat.
Guys, that puts me up to 10.
Whoa.
You've been fine.
It's the Fire Elemental's turn.
Shit.
Fire Elemental's going to do what it does. It's going to get on top of Sasha. On stop of Sasha, yes. 2 attack rolls. First one misses. Second one hits. Ooh, actually hits. 24. Interesting. Sasha.
Hello.
Hello.
I am returned.
You take
Hello.
12 points of fire damage, halved to 6, and you take 2 points of fire damage, halved to 1.
So 7.
Take 7 damage. Right, and now you need to make a Constitution saving throw for your concentration on Holy Weapon. Do you succeed?
Advantage.
With a 17.
Okay. Okay. So how much so you really need healing, don't you?
That's the end of its turn. So it is Sasha's turn, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna cast heal on Elsyan.
Does it require line of sight?
I will double check that because it is.
Because right now he's behind a storm elemental, so you're not going to be able to easily see him. Plus you're inside of a fire element.
Yeah. Okay. Can I move over to him to a place where I can see him?
I'd say there would be okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use heal and he just gets 70 hit points.
Alright,
Like,
Elsyan, you get 70 hit
also,
points.
if he's blind, deaf, or has any diseases, they get healed as well.
I'm healthy.
You are healthy.
That chesty cough you've been fighting on is
Yep.
gone.
Oh no, I still got that. That's the last 8 hit points that I need to get back up to.
Wow.
Alright. Sasha, is that your turn?
No. That's my that was my action. I've got a bonus action, and I think you know who's making an appearance.
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual fucking weapon.
Don't
Aggro.
swear so much, for fuck's sake.
Wait, no, I can't. That's a spell, and heal is also a spell.
Alright, good point.
Okay, so instead, what I'm going to do is take a quick look at my inventory and see if there's anything I can do.
It would come down to drinking potions, because I don't think there's anything you can do.
Do
By the
I
way,
have any
Elsyan,
potions?
you're up.
Oh, I do. I have a greater healing potion left. Well, let me pop that down to 0. Yeah, I'm gonna dunk down a greater healing potion.
Okay.
4d4 plus 4. See, I've got such a messy inventory. I keep scrolling. I'm like, oh, look, there's that thing. I haven't seen that in ages.
12 plus 4 is 16 healing.
Nice.
Alright, Elsyan.
Wonderful. Right, what I'm going to do is many magical. Actually, no, it's technically not. Technically.
Storm Elemental has advantage on Hammer of Inquisition saving throws because of the effect.
Yes, which is why I'm not doing that, which is why I am Psychic Second. Which is why I'm doing Psychic Assault.
And
Yeah, and
Psychic
Yep.
assault.
Alright, so Fire Elemental. 1.
Intelligence.
Other one, 13. Both fail.
Pathetic creatures.
Pathetic.
So the plus 5, that is 40 points of damage.
Oof. Big oof. They are both very injured by that. They're still standing. They shudder and shake as you otherwise cause the psionic energy to ripple around them, tearing their energy apart, but they both stand firm. Is that the end of your turn?
I don't like being right next to the storm elemental, but yes.
Okay.
Because I can't disengage as a bonus action, which is something I really wish I could do.
You should be a rogue. Or multi-class into rogue once.
I'm not going to do that, Chris, because then I lose the potential of immortality. Okay?
Alright, Malcolm's going to do the thing he's done all the time, because I don't know what else he'd do. That is a fail on the dex. No, wait. That is a success on the dex, so they take half damage. That's on the fire line. So, damage, 3d10. 13 damage, halved to 6 on the fire elemental. Alright. End of that one's turn. Storm elemental's turn. It's going to... Yeah, it's going to updraft Elsyan again.
Can it not?
Alright, Elsyan, please make me a strength saving throw, please.
What if I have a few? I'll automatically fail, bear with me.
Yep. Ooh,
18!
18! That makes the DC. So you just take half bludgeoning damage and you are not thrown into the air.
Yush!
So you take relatively high rolls so far. Very high rolls. Halved to... So 25 damage, halved to 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
So
As the-
12 points.
Yep. As the winds bustle around you, you feel the pressure and the electricity shooting as you take 8 points of lightning damage as well as part of being inside of it. As you feel the striking against it as it otherwise swirls around you, attempting to knock you up, but you remain firm onto the ground, using psionics to create a small barrier T-shred on top of you, as instead of going upwards, you stay in place. In such a motion, at the end of its turn, there's nothing else it can do because it's got knocked up. So it's going to remain there. This one, on the other hand, actually no, these things have enough sentience to know that. Actually, yeah. No, they wouldn't. You're being targeted by that one. Alright, Fire Elemental after Sasha again. Sasha, you take.
Can I just be like,
Oh,
dude,
you
this isn't working.
You didn't take fire damage at the top of your turn, did you?
Probably not.
Okay.
Ah.
You take.
Wait, no, I
7...
moved out of it. Remember?
Yeah, but you started in it at the beginning
no,
of your
I
turn.
started. Okay, yeah.
So you take 7 points of fire damage, halved to 3, and then as it enters your space, you take 6 points of fire damage, halved to 3.
Oh no! However, will I survive? I'm right back to 29 hit points. I keep bouncing back and around to 29 hit points.
2 attacks. First attack is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Second attack is a natural 20.
That'll also hit, surprisingly enough.
You take 12 points of fire damage from the first hit.
After 6.
Halved to 6, and an additional d10. Take 1, halved to 1.
Nice.
So you take 1 point of fire damage as a part of that. And then the second one, which is a natural 20. You take 20 points of fire damage, halved to 10. And you take 6 points of fire damage, halved to 3. You take 13 damage from that second attack.
The agony!
As it continues to pummel you from the inside, the fire otherwise heating up and burning against your armor. You've been at the forge, this isn't that bad.
Ouch. Oof. Ouch.
Ouch, oof, my bones.
I'm feeling... Ouch, oof, my bones, exactly.
Sasha, it's your turn.
Okay, do the thing of the round now before we forget.
Mm-hmm. You take 1 point of fire damage, halved to 1.
Yep. It's tragic. I'm stepping outside of the fucker, frankly. And I believe this person has been wounded in some regards, yes?
Both of them have, yes.
Yes.
I mean, they're both bloodied, so...
Both bloodied, you say? Excellent. I will be using everybody's favorite spell, and it's called fucking Major Rupture.
Con save. 10. Nope.
Nope. And unfortunately, I only have a 7th level spell slot left. So.
What dice is that?
If I remember correctly, and I do because I've got it up in front of me, that means it's 12d8 necrotic damage. And then it takes half that damage at the end of its following turn.
Unless it's healed.
Oh, great! I'm sure that'll go real well for it. Here, let me just bring out my elemental cleric.
It takes 43 points of damage and dies because it had 22 hit points left.
I'm just going to look at it like, biatch.
You watch as you turn around to it and you point, and as you kind of draw a line up its form, you watch as it splits open, the fire and magma burns up as the energy releases.
Like this absolutely was like a single finger just went slowly up.
Yep.
Like, and it just unzipped along the way.
Yep. And it is otherwise dead.
Much better. And I believe I have a lovely thing known as a bonus action left.
Yep. But you've used a spell, so no spiritual weapon.
That is true. Bollocks.
Just cast it once, and then
You know what?
on every turn after that, you just
Yeah, he did on all the other combats except for this one.
Yeah,
oh,
I know.
Sad time.
It's sad. But I just want. You know what? I wanted to bring the heat a little bit.
yeah, fair.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'll just use my bonus action to stare intimidatingly at the storm elemental.
Which in turn is also Elsyan. So, Elsyan, Sasha looks intimidatingly at you. It's your turn.
Elsyan shrugs. I don't know what I did to deserve it this time, but I know I probably did deserve it. I don't like being inside an elemental.
Hey, you take lightning damage at the top of your turn.
Shit.
Take 1 point of lightning damage.
Nah.
That d10 is just like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 10, 1, 1, 1.
Okay, well, what I want.
Saving it for the next round.
Okay, I know I'm technically moving the elemental as well, but coming.
Yep.
That's not actually on a square. That's bugging me. Thank you. I'm going to move there, and I'm going because I believe he only gets up for the next turn. The thing for.
Yep, he does. So he doesn't.
So Psychic Inquisition on this stormy book.
How many side points?
1. No, 7. What do you think, Chris?
1, but it got a 2 as it's safe. 7, go ahead.
What's safe?
I think it's dead. I mean, you could roll really low. Darn.
39 points of psychic damage.
17 hit points left. Bam. As you disrupt the psychic flow, it otherwise tears apart, the lightning crackling away as it otherwise dissipates. The crowd cheers as it was a rather more close match on this second one. As you otherwise stagger back, Malcom is unharmed, but he only used Cool Lightning for the entire thing, so, you know, once the fire element went down...
Well done, Malcom, well done.
And that is your fight concluded. You won all 3 matches, so you may each add 225 gold to your inventories.
Woo. 225, yeah?
You 3, yeah. And
Can I convert that into platinum for the most part, just for ease of...
yeah, that's fine. I'll add that to Malcolm's inventory as well. Okay. So, as the 3 of you are hailed off for your successful fight, the next round begins as Short, Dead, and Horny are called back in.
Yeah, they are.
You are still large.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Right.
Thought so.
So you are still large, so you may stand
Oh,
there.
still get symmetry. Perfect.
Yep. You two may position yourselves. Oh, you're back, Simon. Where would you like
Yeah,
to go?
yeah.
I've been putting you here for every fight because these barriers are full cover for you.
Amazing.
So
Yeah,
you can
that's
stand behind them, then peek out and fire
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
sure. I'll start here, and then if I
Alright.
want to do something cool, I'll come out properly. But yeah,
All right. As the announcement is made, and now for our final fight. These lots will be fighting similar elementals as our previous combatants have hailed. These ones will be slightly different, though. Welcome, Earth and Air. As an Earth and Air elemental are sent in against the 2 of you.
Nice.
All right. Roll for initiative, bitches.
Whoa.
They have the same primordial bond that the previous ones had, by the way, just for note. But you never actually found out what that did.
Oh,
As you were
okay.
aware.
by the
was
way,
that
have
done
we
yet,
been
or-
doing short rests, or do I have to worry
Nope.
about spell slots?
I didn't cast any
Okay.
spells.
We've only been using.
Oh, cool. That's fine then.
You've been using only Eldritch Blast because I knew
Amazing.
because I announced that you had no short rests. So
Fair.
I mean, you can just fucking obliterate these things now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
We'll
Okay.
see.
So 25 to 20. Anyone? 20 to
Oh
15?
shit! You know what? Just shove them into each other's face.
Harlan.
18.
18.
I got 19.
19.
Got 2.
Bern got 2. Queglod?
18.
Oh, 18.
I just
Right. So, starting off the round, we have Rook at 19. You see the two elementals ahead of you. They one is bulky, the other one is otherwise a little bit more wispy, but still in place. I will say, for the sake of it, it's 5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
But that won't affect your attacks at all.
Right. I am. Well, obviously, to be honest with you, I'm 100% going for that Earth Elemental. Look how bulky he is. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the Earth Elemental.
Bonus action, you cast Hunter's Mark as a small red arrow appears on the top of the Earth Elemental's head.
Nice. And I'm going to move here, and I'm going to hold my actions until at least one of them two come in range. Preferably the Earth, but we'll see.
Okay. If preferably the Earth makes it there first, you'll hold your action. Got it. Alright, Queglod.
Okay, it's me, is it? Well, I don't want to get in the way of what Rook's doing. If he wants to do his 1v1, so I'm going to target the air elemental.
Okay, what are you going to use?
I'm going to peek out here for now. And let me just double check this. I should know, because
I was going to say, you can lean around the corner without some movement. Yeah.
Nah, it's fine. Yes, I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Hex.
Sure. It's been a while.
Surrounding it in these tiny, like, spectral ravens that sort of float around its head.
As each marks this thing as well.
Yeah.
As you cast Hex, the small minor incantation coming to you as you reach out to it, the tiny spectral ravens in kind of their black shadowy form begin to swirl around it and otherwise mingle on the inside of the air elemental. It makes an interesting and beautiful sight. Has disadvantage on what kind of checks?
I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's go strength, just in case.
Okay.
Just in case Rook wants to do something.
Okay.
And then, can you guess? I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Whoa.
Whoa, who is
Shock
this?
horror!
You haven't done that for the
Double
entire
down.
fight because I didn't bother doing anything else.
Well, I'm in a state of shock.
Guys, I can't carry on with this session. I'm just too done.
Grab some sixes.
Oh right, you get d6 because of Hex now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I was just like, wait, have I been missing d6s this entire time? No.
No,
Fine.
no, Simon is just planning.
Okay, they all hit. That's 3 10s.
What the
Kidding
fuck?
me. Okay, this
Nice.
makes up for all of your terrible Eldritch Blasts from level 1 through to now. This makes up for it.
Saving all of that up
You
for
did
this fight to do
56,
41 damage with a cantrip.
but with +5 on each. So that's 56 points of damage. Not dead, is it?
Very, very nice damage again.
56? It means
Only
bloodied.
This one
Okay.
dice is fucking you up.
That was cool. Okay. As you peek around the corner, the shadowy raven swirling around it, you watch as Queglod unfurls three black needle-like eldritch blasts as they shoot through the air, each of them pinging a raven, and as it does so, there's a mini explosion detonation within the wind. It looks hurt. It gets 3 massive hits against it. Okay. Pretty good.
Nice.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. It's the air
Fucking
elemental's
hell.
turn. Did not like that.
I'd be surprised if it did.
It's coming over here. Alright, you're inside of it. It's going to use Whirlwind. Make me a strength saving throw, please. Yeah. Strength saving throw, please.
Hold on. Yeah. No, well, this won't go well. That's a 9.
Nope. As you are knocked
Yeah.
prone onto the ground, and you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage, and you take an additional amount of damage as well, which is classed as siege damage for the sake of object. Take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor. Okay.
So 23 total?
23 total, yep. And because you are inside of it at the end of the turn, it's going to use as its buffeting wind. Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. That is the end of that one. Alright. And it's within range. Do you wish to make your attack against this one? If you do, say so now, or...
No.
No. Okay. Earth Elemental's turn. Guess where it's going. Go ahead and make your attack rolls, please.
Nice.
3 attack rolls with plus 11, correct?
Yep.
2 hit, that one misses.
Right.
So
Cool.
that 2d12 plus 2d4
Plus the hunter's mark thing.
plus, yes, a d6 for each of the hunter's mark.
And that is plus 12.
Plus 12, so it's 41 points of damage. Okay. As you cut into this thing, doing a hefty amount of damage to it, it takes the hits like a champ, though. It is built for this kind of torture. As the 3 axe swings go in, one ricochets off, the other 2 cut deep into the stone, leaving good cuts through it as the soft earth begins to give way to the hardened stone underneath. But it otherwise holds its own. That is your reaction. On its turn, it is going to use Bulldoze. It's going to, as its first attack, attempt to knock you prone.
Things are prone.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That is... Okay, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please. Or dexterity, your choice.
It'd be strength. And that is 23.
Okay. 3... Let's roll. Let's roll. No, it fails that. Okay. So as it goes and attempts to shove you over, it otherwise fails before it takes 2 heavy haymaker swings into you with slam. First hit is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Second is another 25, same roll.
Yeah, definitely hits.
You take 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage, and then you take 15 points of magical bludgeoning damage, so taking 25 total. As the 2 slams come into you, they each boof, boof, hitting into your heavy armor. It hurts, and it's not enough for you to otherwise reduce the damage, but you get an hit.
Perfect.
And that ends its turn there. Bern.
My turn. This guy just took 50 something damage, right?
Yes, he did, and he's looking very hurt.
How do I want to kill?
How do I want to kill it?
I would kill. Oh, don't have
How
that yet.
do I kill? I kill, yes, of course. Let's see.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, sure. I'll major up.
Major rupture? Oh no. Con save. 8. Oh bad. Oh boy, that's bad.
44.
44.
Is it yet?
It's
As
got
you-
1 HP.
As you point towards it in traditional Bern fashion, you do what Sasha did, but better. As instead you use your middle finger and you swear at it as it otherwise disperses.
Okay, fuck you.
Okay.
Nice.
Just to double check, it was being inside that thing that was causing me to take minor damage each turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, that was probably nicer than what I was planning to do to it.
Oh, also you need. I'll make a few concentration checks for me, please, for the damage you took.
Oh yeah, fair.
2.
How many?
Actually,
I think it was. So go ahead.
Okay.
And roll it.
I'll slap Rook with
It's
some.
fine. And what's your plus to your con mod save?
+8.
So you're fine.
Rook, you gain 13 temporary hit.
13.
Okay, so you have 13
Cool.
temporary hit points, Rook.
Nice.
Alright. End of Bern's turn. Rook,
Excellent.
you have a grudge match.
I have a brawl. This is perfect. I am 100% looking forward to this one.
Do you want to just
Right,
say action surge and roll all 6 at the same time?
Yeah, damn right I am. Yeah, that's
I knew it was
exactly
coming.
how it's going to go.
Oh no. Plus 11 to hit on each of these.
Plus 11 to hit.
Miss,
yeah, oh, bloody
miss,
hell.
hit, miss, hit. So 3 hits.
That's something.
Any of them crits?
No.
Yeah, alright, so 3 hits, so that is 2, and 3. Go ahead. Now, Infernal, does he get to reroll 1s even if it's not Great Weapon Mastered? Oh no, it's your Great Weapon Fighting, not Great Weapon Mastered. So you
Yeah.
can reroll 1s and 2s if you wish. Obviously got one here as well. And this is with a plus
18?
18.
68.
68 damage. It still stands.
Does still stand.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, Earth Elementals are the strongest of them all. You should know this,
Oh,
Sam.
right, oh, right, yes,
They
yes,
are.
Earth Elemental. Sorry, I didn't quite clock which one he was attacking.
If it was
Yes,
the air elemental damage, that thing's just dead twice over. But it's an earth elemental, so it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit tankier.
Earth Elementals are. You need a tank to summon one of them.
All right, Queglod, finish this bad boy off.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I use a bonus action to move Hex.
Man.
Nah.
Alright.
I'm not going to do anything cool. I'll
Get
just-
3 hits and 3 10s again. You got this.
But Queglod, everything you do is cool.
That's very true.
What's the plus to hit?
Okay, I didn't expect that level of arrogance. I respect that.
Honestly, like, if it was anyone else saying it, I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, no.
But
no.
it's
Look at this one.
It's Simon, and I'm like, yeah, no,
it's-
that's fair.
Yeah, it's +10 to hit.
Only
So
one
14,
hits.
17, and 20.
20 hits, and so
Yeah,
that is
That is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, back to the Queglod we know and love.
Yay.
All right. As this thing is super weak, but guess what? It gets to attack you back, Rook.
That's fine. Bring it.
Don't know what to do.
Bug.
It's gonna smack you. No, it's gonna attempt to use bulldoze again. Why not? Oh no. Even better. It's not hit you. It's gonna have to burn for once.
Shut up.
Excuse me? I have not taken damage yet. I will not do that now.
It's gonna use bulldoze against you. Make me a strength saving throw, please, Burn.
The fuck? Who is this guy?
You got a -3 as well, remember?
Can I use my reaction to reduce that? How does this thing work?
No.
Oh, with intercept.
Yeah.
That's on the attack on an attack roll that does damage.
Rocky.
Okay, right.
Didn't you? Oh, you haven't used any today. No.
Is this the same day as the drinking competition?
No, this is the next day. So you've got more.
Okay, so I have it.
So, Rocky,
Still a fail.
wanna take it?
Rocky. Fuck. It's not a big increase. Yeah, I'll take it, sure.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. So you are knocked. You're knocked prone.
What's the DC?
50.
50.
As it knocks you prone, otherwise flipping the table on Bern. As Bern is knocked to the ground, he's going to make an attack roll with advantage. You're going to use intercept, which uses
I
your
am.
reaction, and how much?
It's never was
reduces-
added to my
It
sheet.
reduces
so I can tell you.
damage. Oh,
It does.
interception, I believe, reduces a D12.
I get the feeling because I'm pretty sure I thought it was the same as my attack dice. So, yeah.
in this document here. Scroll down. It's a fighting style, I believe you get for this.
12 or 10. I forget.
Interception D10 plus your proficiency bonus. Minimum
Okay.
of 0. I gotta roll the attack first. It's got to actually hit, but you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, that's a crit, so yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, bud. And the second,
Using a reaction.
and the second attack is going to hit on a 23.
I'm using a reaction, Chris.
Okay. First of all,
Alright.
so doing this in order. A hit has been declared. Your reaction is declared. Then Rook's action is declared. Do you want to use it on the second or the third one, Rook? Or the first or the second hit? Sorry.
I'll do it on the first, the crit.
Okay. So, crit against you, Bern.
I'm using wrathing armor.
Right. Oh, right. Frick, that affects the second attack, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So what does it do again? Half the damage for this one?
Half the damage taken, and on the next attack, let me read it. Second.
You take 25 points of bludgeoning
Makes
damage.
a charisma saving throw if it attacks me again.
Okay. So you make a. So you take 12 points of damage.
This is half.
From it was 25 half to 12.
Okay.
Now roll your interception. So roll me a d10 plus your proficiency. If you're high enough, you just stop the damage, Rook. What did you already roll?
I got
Roll the
4.
four.
What proficiency?
5.
Your proficiency is 5, so it's 9. So you take 3 points of damage, Bern.
There you go. Enjoy.
The temporary hit points have decreased.
Charisma saving throw. That is a 16. That fails. So it turns its attention in the attack roll to Rook. So it does a 23.
Starts wrathing.
Oh, right. Oh, great. Is that a charm or is that a... No. Okay, never mind. Its next attack doesn't go off as it starts laughing. You watch as the Earth Elemental begins to chuckle as its rocks grind against rocks. That's its turn.
I think it can attack
Nice.
another person. On a fail, they begin to chuckle and cannot target you with that melee attack. I don't know if they can target another.
Oh, so they can still hit Rook. In which case, I need to roll again because it's not with advantage. That is a 24 to hit Rook.
Yeah.
Rook, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage. As the form smashes into your armor, it is magical, so 15 points of damage as it hits. Your armor shakes and quivers, your body underneath feels the pain, but you otherwise recoil slightly. As you can see, it's laughing, strangely enough, as you watch as Bern is covered in this kind of black liquid and ooze, seeping down his sides and his form, before it seeps into his skin, becoming a blackish veins, as a smiling theatre mask dawns his face.
Oh.
Ah.
No.
That looks glorious. Beautiful.
Okay. Queglod, it's your turn. No, it's not. Bern's turn. Bern, you're prone.
Oh, no.
And make me a concentration check for your ethereal gate, which you've had up this entire fight.
Oh yeah. I wonder if I can fail this. My -3.
Ooh!
That's a +10 -3 after succeed.
Took 3 down. Succeeded by 2. Wow. Alright, fine.
Alright. So what is it to stand? I just need to stand up, right?
Half movement, yeah.
So I stand up and go here. And then I don't do anything. I help Rook.
Okay. You don't do anything, you help Rook.
Yes, I just give him advantage. Take him.
Okay.
Take him.
Rook, it's your turn.
Oh, nice. Hey, guess what? This might be the end, I'm afraid to have to say.
Do you want to roll? Or do you want to just call it there? You have advantage. This thing has 9 hit points left.
I might
The
struggle.
possibility of 2 1s is possible.
6 times?
61.
Yes.
All right,
is
you know what?
there.
Roll the attack rolls. If you get 1 hit, it dies.
Okay.
Because your modifier means you physically can't.
Oh, I got a crit. I've got 2 crits.
You got 2 crits, it's dead.
I'm sorry, what?
Actually, I want to see how much damage I would actually do.
Fine. So you
Curiosity.
do
2 crits and 1 hit.
Oh, but yeah, fighter. Crits on 19s as well.
plus the Hunter's Mark, which doesn't crit.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
because it's just additional
No.
damage, I believe. Is that right, Simon?
I think all sorts of additional damage.
I think they
Yeah.
crit as
Like
well.
if you smite or whatever, that doubles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So it would double. So the
It
only
would double, yeah.
the exception is your gauntlets because they specify. So go ahead and roll all those dice. Let's see what damage you do. Rerolling 1s and 2s.
Holy shit!
Reroll 1s and 2s.
4, 2, 1. There you go.
Plus-
78.
Plus 18, doing 96 points of damage.
Jesus Christ! Mummy, never to get into a fight with Rook.
Yeah, he one shots you, Sam. Specifically you.
I mean,
Technically 3 shots. It's
no. Well,
Okay.
It's one turn, but you don't have to feel completely ashamed.
Well, Elsyan needs a reminder to get plate armor and proficiency in plate armor.
The thing
And-
is, it could get a lot higher if I Great Weapon Master, and if
Oh,
I
yeah.
got that in my action
Because then it
stage.
gets.
I'm
'cause then it
aware
gets
of
plus
Great Weapon
then
Master.
it gets plus 10 damage on each. So it would have been a total of 126, which is this thing's hit points, by the way.
Nice.
That is shocking.
Fighters.
Okay, Chris, now, just want you to know, I am imagining you just sat there, hair all out all over the place, with fighters just in between your hands. Fighters.
Fighters. All right.
Yeah.
As you dismember and dismantle the Elemental with your 3 savage hits, the fight otherwise ends. The cheering follows afterwards, as your fight was epic and ultimately you won. The rest of your you leave and otherwise receive your gold, as each of you receives 225 gold, as you each
Cool.
paid your due, and you otherwise leave the arena. A few moments later, you watch as the living fortress, as you know him, walks down the stairs and otherwise walks over to the mountain crushers and speaks to them on behalf of having a match. Each of your groups otherwise sits there. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna go. Well, that was fun.
That went well. I like our name.
Oh, I know. I
Yes.
was so happy with it.
That's
Oh.
name, Sasha.
Sasha picked
What?
it.
Well, I mean, look. My
How
glorious
dare you
sword-
call me old?
What? I never called you old.
Yeah. Honestly, so rude. And
Wait,
and Bern
wait,
being
what?
horny. Come on.
I never called anyone old.
Oh, right, I get it. Because Queglod's dead.
Yes, that's a point. How did you know about that?
We
Wait, what?
all know.
Didn't you mention
Okay,
it?
look. First of all,
Did I?
technically
I remember
he's
you
dead-
said that
dead
I'm
in the
supposed to
morning.
have died.
Yeah, and we both know that the Chronicle thing happened to you. And we know the Chronicle was dead, but wasn't because of Raven Queen bullshit. And you de-aged. For
Yeah,
God's
that's
sake,
not
Queglod,
what I
was this a
that's not what I
secret?
was talking about.
Queglod, was this meant to be a secret?
I suppose I should explain. After Oromant's Ravine, had that event of Chronicle not occurred, I would no longer be here.
Wait, what?
Well, as you recall, when we first met, I was very old,
Yes.
and it had been for me inherit.
Immortality of the
Extended.
Raven Queen.
Each
Sasha
leave.
hung on using
Queglod, you
that
were talking
focus
about your
stat.
age when that all happened.
Oh, God.
Did you break the whole thing to the party, Queglod?
Yes, I think I told them everything.
Okay.
Uh,
So, for chat and for previous recollection, Queglod was to die of old age. In her deathbed, she was otherwise informed of this through a series of dreams, and proceeded to be told that she would have otherwise died if it hadn't been for that. Thus, she was allowed to remain in the world for a little while longer.
Apologies.
Yeah, you better hang on to that, Queglod. Because otherwise, you're going to have to just not die.
Yeah, sorry it took me so long to tell you all, by the way. It's a good time never really came up.
Oh,
Honestly,
well,
there's a lot of weirdness that happens with our group. We're not
Yeah.
set. Let's
I
face
mean,
it.
I'm going meteor hunting soon.
You're going what?
Oh, I'm hunting a meteor. It's going to land somewhere in the northern parts of the Central Mountains. So quite near us, actually. In the next 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Bridging on 3 weeks, yeah.
Bordering on 3 weeks, within the sort of fortnight to a fortnight and a half region.
Coming from?
Hmm?
You know?
Oh, yeah, it's coming from the Astral Sea,
Huh.
I think.
Yep.
So
Okay.
theoretically, it might contain some of the same stuff that your axe is made of, which I can use to make some cool shit, like another shield.
Hey, Sasha,
Oh,
you're going to be able to steal that one.
I'm gonna make myself a dank hammer.
It's gonna do wet damage.
I know it. It's gonna do some moist damage.
Speaking of which,
Can we not?
Okay.
Please.
All right.
our plans right now, we need to get Elsyan's shop. We need to go meteor hunting.
And
Don't worry. It'll be fine. I've got a few leads.
Did you say we need to get Elsyan shot?
Shard.
Charge.
Oh,
Oh,
shard.
I mean, that can come later. I can teach him
Sasha.
about just not dying.
Sasha, that's harsh.
we need to
that-
get.
No,
I
I
know
know,
Eleuir.
Elsyan. I just meant we need to get you your vaccinations. We are
Okay, you
going
know
to be
full
traveling.
well, as an elf, I don't need vaccinations. Now shut up.
Is that? Oh my God!
Elves are
Your mother was an
anti-vaxxers.
anti-vaxxer.
No, but here's the
Explains
thing.
why she's
in
a
elves,
monster.
no, here's the thing. In elves, it actually does cause autism.
oh damn.
Okay, fuck off.
I knew it would get that sort of reaction from you,
It's
Harlan.
not
That's what I
canonical
said.
law.
I know full well.
I'm going to say
I just
this.
don't-
Races which have a natural born sense of magic have a natural resistance to these things most of the time. Dwarves have resistance to it because they have disease resistances and poison resistance and stuff. Other races that have more of a magical inclination will have natural resistance. You happy?
Yeah.
Sure.
So only really humans need it. So
Fucking pathetic humans. Am I right, guys?
Hey, Sasha, remember, no matter how much we get at each other, at least we're
Oh,
not
shut up, you
human.
vampire.
What? Where did that come from?
Oh no. Bern was doing his ha thing about a human joke. He's not a human anymore.
Bern?
Yeah, why don't you try counting some grains of rice, you fucking vampire? I'm kidding. I love you.
What does that even mean?
Oh, there's a thing where about vampires are like really into counting for some reason. It might just be there was like one that was really like into accountancy and like numbers and some shit.
Okay,
They
tell
just
me,
kinda
Chris, have
kept
you
going.
met vernacular in this campaign?
no, you haven't. But it's given me an idea for a new insult for Strahd.
you moist accountant.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh,
Uh,
one asshole. Two asshole.
Anyway, so as you're sat in the waiting room, you otherwise move back together. You receive your gold, and you're otherwise let back out onto the street to do as you see fit. I would like Queglod and I would say Malcom to roll me a D100, please. But Malcolm's not here, so I don't really want to roll for him. Just in
Can
case he
roll
gets a
for
good-
me.
He got a good roll, so Queglod, if you want to take his good roll instead of using his, because he can't have it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait,
We'll take
no.
the-
No, you've already had one, so yeah, this would be Sasha. So Sasha,
Okay.
you get the 93, yeah.
Yes.
As you're walking along in your group, otherwise moving through the street, the people passing by as you're making your way back for the Axages eating competition. Before doing a little bit more exploring and making your way back to the next tavern for the next drinking competition. As you're wandering by, Bern, you otherwise stop. You get an eerie feeling about where you are right now.
Eerie.
Take a look
Motherfucker.
around. Anything seem out of place?
You see a blue tent
Oh,
with a golden rim. As you stop and kind of look around, Sasha, you turn around and notice him. Elsyan, you being indulged in your other, with your rest of your party, you and the rest of them otherwise keep moving forward.
Is this the same one that I saw the first time?
Well, this is. What do you mean the first time?
Back in
Oh,
Adamantia.
yes, it is. And you see Bern otherwise standing there and staring at it, and you see it too.
Ah, right. You've seen it. Well, we'd best be getting inside then.
Alright. I do want to come in here again. Rook, do you want to join me?
Sure.
As you turn to say Rook, Sasha, you watch as Bern disappears. You've lost your chance to go in.
Okay, I'm heading in. Like,
So, Sasha, it is just you.
okay.
As you watch as Bern otherwise disappears from existence, as everything else around you begins to peel away, flakes of it tearing off, as
Right.
it is now just you. As Bern, as you go to speak to Rook, shouting to the rest of the party to you to go in, you turn back, and Sasha and the tent are gone.
Wait. Oh,
I
I
fucking
was
told you, mate.
No, I didn't know I was inside of it.
You're not inside of it.
Oh.
You were affected by the influence where you could see it, but unfortunately you watched it by talking to the rest of the party.
Yeah. When I say we better go in, we better go in.
I would like everybody to move to waiting or looking to play. I am going to say this though. This will be the end of the stream after this, so if you want to head off, you're welcome. So say bye-bye while you can.
I'm
Bye.
probably going to head off then. So
Alright.
I'll
will
see you
go.
guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Where are people
Right.
disappearing
Right,
to?
let's go
Just be,
to...
just be Sasha here. The rest of you go to the looking for play or waiting. Alright.
There we go.
So, you move forward.
going to-
making...
I'm going forward and I'm opening up the curtains and closing them behind me.
As you move up towards the edge of the tent, you open up the curtains and you head inside. As you enter in, you see the soothsayer there once again. Pale skin wrapped in bandages as she sits there with the deck in front of her. The center of this room is different. You see, over where the room is usually plain with kind of a weaved thatch and straw mat underneath, table in the center, and a number of chairs for the people who would usually enter. And you'd smell a light incense. This time it's different. The smell is more acidic and a little bit more putrid. As you enter, you see over to one side a basket, otherwise dark with what looks to be a stain of some kind on the bottom of it, and a smell is otherwise coming from it. You see the table in the center and the chair in front of you, now only one. She
I
nods.
sit in the chair. I nod back and I am sitting in the chair.
She places her palm out to the side. You know the tithe to be 5 gold for the cards to use your fortune.
I hand it over.
As you
Right.
hand over the 5 gold, she takes it, kind of scoops it up, and as she places her hand on the top of the deck, you watch as she shoots out towards you 3 cards, each of them face up. You see the following 3. You see the stars, you see the forge, and the final one you see the dragon. Pick one.
Oh, you bastard. Out of character, like,
Yep.
oh, God. Can I study the cards before I make a choice?
Looking at each of the cards, you see that as you look at the stars card, it is intricate and detailed. You see an individual otherwise standing on top of a hill looking up. You see 3 stars otherwise moving through the sky in a sea of black and white. The specks and salt and pepper mixing throughout. You see the 3 stars as they shoot down towards the earth. You see that one of them is a slightly different tinge, a lighter red and orange, as if it's just entering an atmosphere. You see on the forge card, you see what looks to be that of a large and very well-made anvil in the center, a hammer lying on top of it, fire burning up behind it, and chains otherwise hooking as the outer rim design of the card itself, decorating it. You see the clean stonework underneath, as well as a bucket next to it with a light bit of water. And finally, the dragon card. You see a red dragon lying atop a hoard of gold. As it raises its snout, you see scarring and marring across its form. It's old, ancient, before it lays its head back down in the repeat of the animation. It is not a Turan.
I thought as much. I'm not looking into the dragon, because I think I know roughly what that will be about, and regardless of how far we've come, I don't think it's what I'm ready for.
As you look away, the card turns into smoke and dissipates.
The stars in the forge. Whatever happens, I will be searching for those stars, but what I need is the forge. It's been a part of me for years now, maybe before I even knew it. It's what's kept me going. The forge.
You watch as the stars dissipates into smoke once more. As you sit there, you reach forward instinctively towards the card and you place your hand on it. As you watch as the card shifts and changes. You watch as it changes into a burning heart. Same symbol as a Turan. One that you recognize. Or you hear a word, series or a string of words speak in your mind. You remember them. You know them. Give your heart, give your fire. Turn to the more that which was made and lost. Its greed runs true in many but you. Your soul and mind shall seek not one, but 2. In that moment the card transforms. You watch as it shifts, pulling itself back into the deck before you watch as there's a furl of cards, each of them flowing around you. Different ones, you see many among them. But only a few settle on the table in front of you. You see the Wanderer. You see a Minotaur-like figure with an axe over his shoulder and a rucksack and carry bag over the other as he wanders through. You see as he looks up towards the stars, he looks across the hillside and begins to run down to what a city looks like Adamanthia. You see beside him is another card, and you see the Eye. And you see 2 shards of amber placed on the surface of the card, almost 3D, as if they come out of the card itself. Each of the ambers is a glowing orange and red. You look at them and you remember, you pinpoint that these must be shards of amber of some kind, something special, something different. And then you look at the 3rd card. And as you look over, you see what looks to be a volcano, as you see the core card. A collapsed volcano, one that looks like Mount Volgren. You see that it is otherwise caved in, spiraling and searching down towards the central lava pit. And you see what looks to be your party from from a while ago when you first went there, standing there. You mining out that block of that block of obsidian, I think it was, or that block of brimstone.
Oh, brimstone.
Mining out that block of brimstone, the rest of the party looking around as you don the helmet of the Guardian of the Fire. You see these images, begin to piece together what they might mean. And as you do, you watch as her hand swoops across and each of the cards fades into smoke, before she pulls another card and places it on the table. The hammer. You see the crackling form of Forgestorm. The beautiful hammer itself, otherwise forged into a warhammer. The bits on the main hammerhead itself, a dark metal with veins of magma running through it. And you see it otherwise sat there, on the card itself. You recognize it, and you begin to piece bits together. Think you understand.
I am going to attempt to come together, and I'm really hoping you'll correct me when I inevitably go wrong. So, the Wanderer, a Minotaur with an axe, heading towards Adamanthia. That says to me Rook, or one of his ancestors. The Shards of Amber. Those are the two I'm seeking. What I've supposed to have been looking for all this time. The two that will hopefully open up Mount Vulgrim and reveal the forge. Obviously, the hammer is Forgestorm, sealed within the forge. Proof finally that it is Forgestorm. It is within Mount Vulgrim, and that is where the Forge of Aturan is. As much as I was sure of it before, like, this is actual confirmation rather than just the most likely option. I suspect then, since I assume that Minotaur was not Rook as far as I could tell.
Hard to say. Carrying the same axe, could be an ancestor, could have been Rook.
Regardless, Rook and his family are in some way connected to these pieces of amber that I have to find. Or at least that's what the cards seem to suggest. It specifically referenced the eye. I don't suppose I've ever seen either of these pieces of amber before, have I?
Thinking back, you have. They seem familiar. You've seen one of them. At which point you begin to recollect. But as that moment comes, you watch as the deck turns to smoke. Her hand passes through it. She gestures behind you as the curtains pull open. You see the rest of your party standing there, bewildered and confused.
Before I leave, I would like to look over at that basket.
Say this to her, or do you get up and go over?
I'm going to keep my eyes on her, and I'm just going to ask, what is in the basket? Something's different here.
She moves over and pulls the top off. Make me a nature check. Go. What's your nature?
My nature? Ooh, that's not a good one, Chris.
That's a 3. So don't worry.
It's a 2.
You look into the basket and you see strange bulbous fruit. Kind of spiky on all sides, otherwise sat there. Out of character, they are durian fruit.
Oh, shit. I mean, delicious, but ugh.
Ugh. Yeah, and they are giving off the smell of death.
Okay, I'm assuming everything in here has symbolism, right?
Not necessarily, she just likes durian fruit.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Chris. Okay. She does fucking like her. And I suppose there's no harm in a bit of fruit.
She hands you a bit.
Thank you. I will eat it. I'll just try not to inhale through my nose.
Okay. Are you going to eat it now
is
or when you're
very-
with the rest of your party?
Oh, I'll sort of, do the whole break bread thing, like nod and take a bite.
Con save. That was a
did.
17.
Okay, yeah, plus
Plus
5.
5. Yeah, you take a bite. It's not bad. You don't mind the flavour.
Like, durian is genuinely delicious. It just smells like fucking death.
It depends from person to person. Some people really hate the flavour. So the con save is to see whether you like it or not. And in this case, it actually tastes very nice. Very nice. And you can handle the smell.
Nice.
Not too bad. You think you might put it in a few cuisines in the future, but you'll have to see. You shove your piece. She nods.
Thank you very much. You've been an incredible help. I can't say I fully understand the way you work, but if you ever need anything, you know I'm always willing to help.
Don't worry.
And
I will.
I nod, I turn, I leave.
You head out of the tent. You turn. The space behind you is empty. And you see the rest of your party. Let's go and get the others in case they want to finish anything up.
Yes. I'd say to clarify, when you said I've seen these the pieces of amber
Seen
before,
one
or at least one of them, and when you say the eye, and when you said Adamanthia, are we talking about the guy who does the eye thingy with the hand? Rahal's second in command.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, not him.
In that case, I've got a couple other options.
Go and get the others.
Okay.
They might have information for you.
Hello.
Ugh.
Okay. I've just
Okay.
told Jamie because there's a part of this that he might want to hear, so I've just told him he might want to rejoin if he's available.
Okay.
When was he just heading off? Did he say
Yeah, he
anything?
said he was gonna head off. He joined Pixelmon for 2 seconds.
We'll see if he rejoins then. Otherwise, go ahead and start.
I got confused by Harlan saying, "Alright, we should go in," so I thought we
Yep.
were all gonna go in.
You've only seen it once. Some other people have seen it before and they've missed it, so... Yep, that's why he said it.
My apologies. I should have been clearer. Right.
You head out to the group. The rest of you see Sasha as she almost reappears. Surprisingly stealthy for a plate mail.
Right. Well, I've had a little chat with the soothsayer. Well, I say chat. Experience, perhaps, is a better word. I don't suppose any of you have ever heard of... I don't suppose any of you have ever seen a strange piece of amber filled with power. There
Rook
are...
in his dream.
Oh, that might be interesting.
He saw an amber in his after he put his axe in the fire.
Oh,
He said he saw it in a cave, and then it was part of a weapon in it was in the ice dragon area.
As these are mentioned, your mind begins to put the realization together. First card is Rook, not any of his ancestors. The second one are the 2 amber shards that Rook saw in his dream, the first of which you recognized. You remember where it is. It's in the blade that was on top of in that mountainous ice bowl with the altar in the center where you got the answer to the riddle correct and you left immediately. And the second one he mentioned inside of his dream, knowing roughly where it is.
right. Well, turns out those are what I need to open up the Divine Forge of Aturan. and to gather Forge Storm.
Ah,
Okay, well, we need to go back there anyway.
And I would want to stay in this area anyhow, nearby anyhow, for the meteors. So
Indeed.
it seems things are aligning, which is good, but also concerning.
It's rare for us to get a win.
Hey,
At least not without consequences.
so
I mean, you're fucking right there. Right.
voice in the sky goes, "Hey!" Oh no, he's right.
I mean, actually, no, you're right. The way I see it.
But you were saying
wait, what?
the way I see it. Stop.
The way I see it, when things start happening all at once, that's when fate is getting involved, and that rarely ends perfectly.
Fate. Let's see.
I suppose the soothsayer.
Aleuir. It's
Oh,
not really nice.
yes, but a god is a god. You don't piss off a god.
Speaking of which, so our goals right now. We need to get the meteor. We need to get the shard for Elsyan. You need. Rook needs to go to Rust Town to be able to do his thing to join the Church of Steel. And I need to go to the Ether.
How do you want to do this?
I'm not sure. While I was dead, I got transported there, and I felt that a presence for this as I pull out the book and show the missing quill. I felt a quill in a city near where I was teleported.
Just the next half, right?
Yes, and there's also the other lore
Yes.
to find.
Right. I can't say for certain I am entirely sure how to go about this, but in this current area we've got Rust Town, the Meteor, and potentially heading towards that Ice Dragon. And maybe the cave as well.
Okay, so
Would you think it would be possible? You said that you can travel to the ether, right?
yes, I should be able to.
Do
Not
you
sure
think
if I can
it would?
summon the portal anywhere. I don't know if I need the Promethean flame.
Do you think you'd be able to go with like a smaller group so that we can both work at the same time, or do you think you'll need all of us there as well?
I'm not sure.
If you're not sure, then it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yes, I haven't been there before, but
Do you have any lead on where lore is? The second lore?
no. But I felt the quill, I believe, in the city that I saw. I could, if you said yours is in 2 to 3 weeks.
Sometime around then. I was planning on using some of that time to gather information, but we've got time to mess around with if need be.
How long was the Rook thing taken last time, by the way? Do you know? Or is it just a one-time forge thing?
I've got no fucking clue.
Yes.
Hmm?
Rook's thing where he needs to forge something. Is it like a couple of hours thing, or?
He needs to go to Rust Town, speak to them, and he needs to basically finalize his pilgrimage. And because he can't forge, he needs to try and find a workaround. So they're going to potentially send him on a request run to somewhere to try and prove his worth, that kind of thing. So, but the quest run, I'll tell you this now, it shouldn't be it won't be like, go to the south part of the Empire. It's a pilgrimage. The idea is that he's walked here so he can complete his goal. He's done enough walking, so they're going to send him at most maybe 2 or 3 days away.
Okay, because what I was gonna propose is I teleport us down to where is it? Map. Yes. So I teleport us down to Number Pod. Or go straight to Tower King. We get Elsyan's shard.
Okay, Chris, if I head to Rust Town, is that closer to the rough area I'd be looking for, or further away?
I mean, it would be further north. In terms of where you are, you're in Golodon, which is right next to the southern mountain line. The rest of it kind of gets encompassed by the Stone Ring Forest, and then it makes its way towards Lotterlen, which is a mining town, and that goes all the way along the edge, and then all the way to Highgate going left. But Highgate is is a mostly abandoned area. So in terms of northern mountains, this is probably where you're in the area where you'd be looking. You'd be traveling northward away from the mountains by about 5 days of travel, but then it's not too far away.
In that case, I want to lock this in now before I forget it. So remind me if I do forget. I'm locking this in that I'm heading. I am foregoing the Sossaxes or Axages or whatever we decide to call them. And I am going straight to the nearest library in order to look up the meteors that have fallen here previously.
Queglod can tell you this already.
Mm-hmm.
There are no libraries in town.
Motherfuck. Okay, are there likely to be any in Rust Town?
You don't know. There is one thing that you do know. I'll say just carry on as normal. You can look for the information when you go exploring, and you can specify that. And then work with that, because there are some things
which are... bookshops in town, maybe?
You can go looking. Someone managed to hit someone managed to hit finding a bookseller, so I'll say you can join them, or try and join them, we'll see. But either way. For the stream, thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next week for more D&D.
Bye! Thank you for watching, bye-bye!